All right. Well, we are back. We're back at the Stop and Chat with Paul Rodriguez. Returning guest, Paul Rodriguez.
Returning.
Kind of a regular.
Yes.
And a regular.
I appreciate that. I'm glad you guys keep bringing the kid back, you know?
Man.
You were definitely the most comfortable guest ever right now.
Yes.
I'm super comfortable, yeah.
Man, look, he's got
I'm
his down
cozy.
comforter on there. How many thread count is
Super
that?
down.
How many thread count you got there, bro?
It's over
got 5
600.
digits.
I don't know. It's close to 1,000. Yeah, for sure.
The more thread count, the better. You know, I have a
That's what I hear.
I have a 6,000 thread count.
You do?
No,
They
I have
make
no
that?
idea. I think I got it at a Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever they have
Yeah,
over there.
I don't know what this is exactly, but just take my word for it. It's it's a key to waking up refreshed for a good skate session.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd wake up. I think I would just stay there the whole time.
Sometimes it is that part is challenging.
How you doing, man? Everything good?
Oh my God, everything's better than it's ever been. I
Yeah.
can't even tell you. I mean, obviously we're all going through a pandemic and there's lots of drama going on in the world, which
Yes.
that stuff's not awesome. But if I in the bubble of my own little world, I'm feeling very blessed.
I mean, listen, dude, I've seen the clips. I've seen the posts, you know, getting out there and
He's back at the flat ground spot, dude.
dude.
Yeah, man, I was just there today again.
Hell yeah. Switch big flips, bro.
Thanks, dude. Just trying to get all the rust off.
Yeah.
Trying to ward off this OLD. I'm telling you, I'm not going down without a fight, man. I'm telling you.
How's it been though? Like since the recovery, and I mean, listen, this was a while ago, right? This was at least a year and a half ago, at least maybe.
So, what day is today? The 16th?
16th.
Yeah, June 16th.
So, on June 10th was 2 years exactly since I actually hurt myself.
2 years. Okay.
And literally just this last 3 to 4 weeks, I don't know why exactly. I have my theories, but literally I have no more real pain in my knee. I can finally run without pain. I can just, like, it used to take me to warm up like 20, 30 minutes to start warming up where my knee wouldn't hurt anymore. And then I would only skate for like an hour until it would start getting tired again. Last 3-4 weeks, it's like literally get out the car, start skating, skate as long as I want, feel good. Tomorrow I feel great. Like it literally just like clicked. I'm so stoked.
That's a trip that even after almost 2 years, you
Yeah.
just started finally feeling back to normal.
Believe me when I tell you, it wasn't due to lack of effort. I did a lot of physical therapy, training, everything like above and beyond what was necessary. And I was still at points getting discouraged. Like, dude, I'm working so hard. Why is it still like just feeling this way? And finally, thank God, it just all this those seeds I planted over the last couple of years are starting to blossom. So
I love it, and because the discouragement is tough.
Yeah,
you know that's a skater. We want to get out
like,
there. Our mentality is there, right? But then
you know the trick.
You know you could do it, and then all of a sudden, like your body's just not there, and it's the most frustrating thing in the world.
Yes, when it's just like it's right there, but it's not there.
And you don't know if it's going to get better or you know.
Exactly. That's the hardest part is like you don't know like will it ever get there again. But you know, I had to keep strong mentally, and now I feel like we got some blue skies coming. So
yes.
Did you feel weird on June 10th? Did you feel like you just needed to chill for that day?
Like you couldn't skate?
No.
Really?
Nah. I try not to be like weird like that. I felt just blessed that on June 10th that I felt great. I thought about like 2 years back on that very day was like one of the most darkest moments in my life. And now, you know, in my life, I feel like some of the most brightest times are ahead. So it feels great to have like gone through that, weather that storm, and just, you know, it was a mental battle more so than physical battle. And I'm just grateful to be out on the other end of it. And,
awesome.
you know, back in the game.
It's funny because when we had Ronnie Sandoval on the show, and when he broke his kneecap, What was he doing? Back disaster or something? Or back nose blunt on that big thing, Ronnie? Remember when he busted his kneecap?
Yeah.
But anyway, right when he got better and could start rolling around, he went back and did that trick right away. Like to get it out of the way. First trick he did. He went to the park and just did the trick that he broke his kneecap on.
That's insane. Yeah, I'm probably not going to go back and try and get the line I was
okay. Just making,
Just because like that spot was weird to begin with. Like I feel very mentally good again. I don't feel like I have a weird kind of thing looming over me. I feel strong and I feel confident that was a freak accident. And not that nothing can ever happen freakish again, but it's not in my mind.
That's the best place not to have it in your mind.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, it
You're
plays.
not wrong.
Listen, as skaters, it plays on a lot of our minds. It's like, we think we go to a spot, and a lot of us, like, not saying everybody, but we think of the worst case scenario when we're figuring out a trick we want to do. We're like, this could happen. I could pogo. Everything.
I'm okay with being aware of scenarios so that you can be aware of what can happen and know what you need to focus on instead of just being oblivious to what can happen, because that's also not always good. But I kind of look at it like you, Chris. You got the switch flip manual on replay. I just try to replay the highlights.
The highlights. Let me tell you got a lot of highlights. I don't know which one you're choosing. Maybe it's a different one every day.
Just the just the amalgamation of the highlights in my I just try to focus on that stuff and just know that it was a freak accident.
Well,
that.
What's a highlight in the mind of Paul Rodriguez? Like what's a good, like, if you really have a good thought in your, like, what would that be? Like a skate trick, or maybe a Nike thing, or like a shoe thing,
Sure,
I don't know.
Those are all good ones, but the one that's really the most like as a skater, like the one that really made me feel the most like, wow, I did it, was when this is probably already like 7 years ago, when Transworld did the 30 top skaters over 30 years, and I made the list.
Yes.
That one to me, I always go back to as like the biggest accomplishment, because I go back and I look at everybody on that list, and I was the only guy that, like, when I started skating, every single other person on the list was already a famous pro skater when I just started. So somehow I was able to like skate, make my way into that list among people who were already well established from the time I learned how to fucking ollie.
Yeah, right. Wow, that's
so that to me was a big. That to me is huge for me.
Was that like your first? That couldn't have been your first like accolade, right? Was it?
No, that was 8 years ago. That was
Well, that was only 8 years ago.
Yeah, that was
that was like 2012, 2013.
That was like before you started Primitive, right?
Before I started Primitive Skate, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We already had the shop by that time. But yeah, I'd already had shoes by that time, and like won contest by that time, and been pro for a while. But yeah, it was just cool. It just felt good to just all this stuff is just opinion based. But hey, Transworld's been a long-standing magazine, and they decided that I deserve to be on that list, and I appreciated just that acknowledgement.
Yeah, man. I voted for you.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
I think it was a fan fate. I clicked on the website and I voted.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Of course.
That's why I always make sure I try to be on the 9 Club whenever I'm asked.
Yes.
Pay the favor.
I want to say something.
Go ahead.
When I hit up Paul the other day, we're talking. He's like, "Oh, dude, I'm super hyped in the Stop and Chat. The curb reference."
Yes.
And I was like, "What? I don't even understand. What are you talking about?" I didn't even know what it was. But then
it's a curb.
Chris told me.
Guy.
I asked Chris about it, and then Chris told me what it was. I was like, "Oh, it's pretty good."
Fucking guy's on the show, and he doesn't even know where it's from.
We keep him out of the loop, though.
This is
We keep him out of the loop.
Yeah, we do
telling
keep
you,
him
man.
out.
I'm serious with my Seinfeld and Larry David's. You already know.
Well,
I'm serious about it.
I just thought that
I'm a real one with it.
we had we have the 9 Club interview show, and we really kind of we were talking actually before we started filming that it turned into organically a kind of a lifetime, what do you call it? Like a timeline of somebody's life, you know, it just organically turned into that. And then now that we did this stop and chat, we're like, you know, let's just have the conversations. And then the Larry David, it was from one episode. It was just from one episode. The guy wanted to stop and chat, and Larry was like, "Stop and chat." He
couldn't deal with the stop and chat. Larry is not big on the stop and chat. Like, let's keep it moving.
And I thought, what a fucking perfect name for a show, right?
Absolutely,
so,
absolutely.
Kudos to Larry David. He's the one who actually came up with the name. Man, I texted him. I said, "Is it cool if we come?"
Yeah, I'm actually working on on my own podcast called the 10 Club as a spite podcast.
What did we ever do to you, Paul? Did we serve you cold coffee? What did we do? Huh? He came on the show. We served him a cold Nespresso. My bad.
Yeah, maybe.
Now he's just spiting us. How good is that show, though? Yeah,
Roger's been stingy with those Stellas when it came through.
But
I always have a cold beer for you.
Paul was the first one to call it out, dude, and I thought that was pretty cool.
That's cool. Yeah, sure. Okay, well, listen, man.
That.
Good luck. Good luck in your new endeavor.
Yeah.
Well, you're looking good, bro.
I appreciate that. I feel good. I've been plant-based for 3 months.
Oh, wow.
Upped my diet a bit.
Paul, let's talk about this plant-based thing, bro. What I don't even know where to begin on this plant-based thing. Like it's a whole new world.
Life.
You have to totally change your. You don't want a steak.
Well, so
Ruth's
like
Chris?
I will give myself special moments or special occasion to break it, but I've been holding pretty good since beginning of March. I decided to try this plant-based diet because I watched this documentary on Netflix called Game Changers about all these different athletes who decided to try plant-based diets and the science behind it and all the results they were having. They were feeling really excited about. So I was like, what do you know? Maybe I'll give it a try. And the pandemic actually helped me do it because I don't know that I would have the discipline to do it if we were still living our lives, going everywhere. And like I'm out skating and then there's In-N-Out and have the discipline to not eat In-N-Out. But when you're at home and you're on quarantine, I would just go to Whole Foods. I would buy only plant-based groceries and have them here in the house. And I'm not going anywhere. So my only option is just eat what I have at the house. So I got used to these things that I was buying and I got comfortable with it. And then I started finding certain restaurants that do vegan stuff. And now I feel like I'm pretty well in the routine that I can now go out and, maintain it.
I have such a hard time in Whole Foods as it is. I can't imagine going in there strictly plant-based. I'd be in there for 5.5 hours trying to figure out what to buy.
At first it did, but now that I know what I like and they have this day and age with the Impossible Burgers or the Beyond Meat and all that stuff like that. Okay. Sorry, I got my daughter's over here. She got her friend over. They got a sleepover. And
nice.
She brought her dog over here.
Hey, wow.
The dog's jumping on me now. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Oh.
We lost him.
Watch out.
We lost him.
Sorry.
We lost him.
Sorry. She's down. She's tangled in my. Oh, jeez.
It looks like the smallest dog in the world, but Paul's getting fucking
getting mauled right now.
Getting mauled.
Stop and chat.
Man.
Okay, guys. Sorry.
That was awesome.
All right, that's our first dog attack on the 9 Club. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's our first.
That was a rude interruption.
First dog attack. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. The dog, Did you hear the dog squeal?
Yeah.
She got tangled up in my headphones.
And asked if the dog was okay.
Strangled her, yeah. The dog's okay. No animals were harmed in the making of this stop and chat. So, I totally forgot what I was talking about.
Oh, no, we were just talking about Whole Foods and plant-based.
You got the Beyond Meat, Beyond Burgers and stuff like that. Now you got these Just Eggs that you can make like scrambled eggs that taste just like regular scrambled eggs. So like
really,
they got substitutes of pretty much anything you'd like to eat that is pretty damn close and pretty good. So I don't know how long I'm gonna do it for because there's also like other documentaries of other things and other scientific information that says, well, eating meat is this.
Well, that's the
so
problem.
I don't know what to believe these days.
That's the problem,
anymore.
Isn't it? You have to find what works for you.
Yeah.
If you want to experiment with these different kind of, diets or whatever, you gotta experiment.
Well, on this, I saw that documentary, and it said in there that like eating vegan plant-based stuff helps with like inflammation or reducing it. So do you think that's what helped you kind of feel back to normal in the last couple months?
Maybe. I mean, it's a pretty strong coincidence if it's not helping.
Right.
Because I did see it. All the stuff that documentary was crazy. It was pretty wild to watch.
Apparently, it helps with a lot of functions as well.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's with
Okay. It seems to be a recurring theme on the show. But do you have a bidet?
Yeah.
No, it helps with peanut
with the boners.
With the boners.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, send me your shopping list after the show. I'd love to try this diet out.
Helps good blood flow.
Yeah, need to try this out, man.
Seems to be factual. So.
Okay. Proven.
TMI.
Proven. Listen, man, it's a whole thing. Neen, he was just on our show, and he cooks at skate spots.
Yeah.
He brings out a stove at a spot.
Yeah.
I was blown away.
He's all about the lifestyle. I mean, it's crazy. But I don't think he's plant-based. I think he still eats meat and everything. Yeah, right. So whatever works for him. I mean, it clearly seems to be working for that guy. So whatever he's doing.
I think Joey's fully plant-based.
Oh, Brzezinski?
Yeah.
For sure.
Since when?
For a while.
Yeah, he's been eating vegan for a long ass time.
Yeah.
Mr. Burrito?
Yeah, he
gets veggie burritos.
Yep.
Wow. Is he vegan or veggie? There's a difference.
There is.
He is vegan.
And there's a difference between vegan and plant-based.
He walks the line.
He walks the
I don't know. He's somewhere on that side.
Is tequila plant-based?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying it out. I don't know if it's going to be a permanent thing, but
I think it's good to
try. For the time being,
stuff.
I'm having and you know who else is kind of been plant-based vegetarian by default is Spanish Mike. So
really,
he's been actually a big help because him and I, our big thing is when we go skate, we would always find a nearest whatever restaurant we're hyped on at that time and go eat after. So, he's a big foodie. So he's like, oh, I got the good vegan spot right by the spot. We're good. We got this. So after we hit the spot, we'll go hit the vegan spot. All right.
Is it now like a competition for him?
No, but he's hyped on it because his girlfriend really got him whipped into shape on a good diet. So he didn't know I was doing it either, and I didn't know he was doing it. And I told him, he was like, "Oh, me too. Oh, it's crazy. Oh, it's crazy."
Spanish.
So it turned out, that was kind of a cool little blessing in disguise. So because he was always the guy who searched for the food spot right after we skate. So
even while you're skating.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
it's good to have a buddy.
He already has it on deck.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good because this spot, 2.3 miles. We got the vegan burgers over here. Okay, we got the vegan Thai spot over here by this spot. Like he'll have it all ready to go.
Yeah, it's funny that people were, even being vegan. I remember we were on tour a long time ago. I think it was A. Smith. I think it was Aaron Smith. He was vegan.
Yep.
Has been for a long time.
He'll let you know.
And we would all go on tour and we'd all pile out of the van, go into the restaurant, and Aaron would go off by himself to go find a rest. He had an app and everything. But this was years ago. I don't remember the actual tour or the year, but I always felt bad. I'm like, man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
he
that
totally,
type of stuff, yeah.
He totally goes out on his own. And
Delmo Jr. did the same stuff.
It's the same thing, right?
Yeah. I never wanted to deal with that. I like to eat whatever I like to eat. Mm-hmm. But I think now, even in however many years it's been since what you're talking about, Chris, it's changed. There's so many more options and it's so much more mainstream, I guess, that it's pretty accessible. Today, I postmated a vegan burger to the spot.
Right.
Start.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah. So that was cool.
I think we're going to be here for a while.
Yeah. Shit. Who was trying the trick?
No, it was just the flat ground spot.
Oh,
you did to the spot, the flat ground spot?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Say, I'll be here for about an hour or so.
Damn,
yeah.
awesome.
No, it took about 45 minutes, but still
There's actually a good vegan Thai spot down the street from there.
Dude, there's a spot over here by my house. Oh, I got to get that from you, Raj, because I'm going to be over there a lot. But there's a spot it's called Vegan Mai Tai over here by the crib. Dude, you can't even tell the difference.
Yeah, I feel like
sometimes I think they're lying and it's not actually vegan.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of places are they're getting so good at it. You know, you can't even, you could give somebody 2 burgers and they wouldn't even know.
It's true.
Yeah.
And the Thai vegan spot is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Get the pad Thai, chicken wrap, or chicken wrap.
Veggie wrap.
But I have given myself over the 3 months. I have had sushi on 2 occasions. I will every so often break for my most favorite dishes. So you know, I'm not going to be like a marine about it. You know,
And sushi's so good.
Yeah, and that's already pretty, you know, lean and
clean,
healthy and whatnot.
What's like your meal? What's your meal that you really usually want when you cheat?
When I cheat, sushi usually.
Oh, okay.
I could see that.
I'm waiting to for a real special occasion to go to like a steakhouse and just go ape shit. But
Ruth Chris, man, let's do this.
Yeah, go hit a Ruth Chris or something like that, and just really
kind of like a California vegetarian.
What does that mean?
It means you normally will eat vegetables, but then occasionally you'll have fish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of, this day and age, we know how to label and segment things up so much. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be predominantly plant-based.
Right.
And slide in some of my old faithfuls here and there.
It's like you need to hand people pamphlets to describe yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Now.
Well, I'm not trying to be like Heathmo where it's so strict that everywhere you got to put that poor waiter or waitress through the ringer, send them back to ask the chef 75 questions like, are you sure it's not cooked in the same pots and pans as anything with gluten or dairy, and we gotta make sure it's cooked on a separate stove at a different temperature, and you're like, oh my god.
Oh, he does that. Wait, does he have allergies?
Oh, yeah.
Is he allergic to it? Maybe
no.
No. Oh, okay.
He'll tell you, he'll swear up and down that he is, but he's never been tested for it.
Okay. Okay. So he's not been told by a doctor that he's allergic.
No, he just says I am, and he's gluten, dairy, and Lord knows whatever the hell else he's done. I think he was paleo for a while. Okay. Like, dude, just at what point are you just going to be eating cardboard?
Right. Well, I'm glad that you're doing experimenting with stuff. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, trying it out. Thank you. Yeah, why not?
Trying to skate as long as possible.
Indeed,
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? I say that, and then instantly I think of Tony Hawk. How's Tony? 52?
53, 53, yeah.
I mean, still killing it. I couldn't imagine.
I mean, dude, yeah. And then you think of the streets and you think of a guy like Daywan.
Oh,
wow. Who's just still better than every skateboarder in the history of skateboarding.
Yeah, he's in his 40s.
And
he's eating donuts all the time.
Yeah, he's well into his 40s eating donuts and just crushing life. So, this day and age, we got a lot of good examples that keep us inspired to know we got a lot of juice left in the tank. So
got a lot of juice left, man.
A lot of gas left in the tank. We don't want juice in the tank. We want gas. Gas in the tank.
Got a lot of battery left.
It's a plant-based car.
Yeah.
Got a lot of battery left in the car.
Yeah, in the flux capacitor, we got a lot of beer left. So
what I was gonna say, because you're skating now, right? Are you?
Yes, sir.
Thinking about filming some stuff? Are you working on it? Yeah,
I have been filming. I filmed one thing that I'm very excited about, and I have another thing in mind that I want to go do here in the next maybe this weekend, maybe not, maybe next weekend. I don't know.
Full part, maybe.
What I'm going to say is, I'm just gonna try and get the clips, and then from there, it's the easy part is deciding what to do with them.
Well, I was going to say, because of the whole knee thing, and because when you were on our show, it was obviously, your episode was way early on. I mean, this is probably three something years ago, and we had talked about video parts, and we had talked about.
Yeah, I said never.
You just want to skate, you want to do your thing, and now you hurt yourself. You're back on the board, and it seems to me like you have a new kind of new fire, So maybe that's changed. Maybe never say never.
Maybe it has changed. Yeah, I guess never say never, and I'm okay with that. If by me having to eat my words is me putting out a video part that I'm super psyched on, I guess worse things could happen,
Hey, eat your words. Eat your words. We'd love to see
they're plant-based words, so I can eat them.
Yeah.
But
just stack the clips, dude. See what happens.
Yeah,
that's all I'm doing. I'm just trying to stack the clips first, and then from there. The easy parts seeing what to do with them.
Yeah, because I'm sure Primitive, you guys are always working on stuff. It seems like you guys
Always,
will come out with
always.
something just out of the blue, out of left field. Boom, you hit us with it.
Yeah.
So, you guys might be working on something that you.
Well, we're always working.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the guys are just like, those guys just produce and produce and produce and all the way from all the skaters on the team, and then to Alan and all the videographers we have, like the way they're able to pump the content out constantly. I mean,
you guys are crushing it.
Yeah, all the behind the scenes stuff you guys are doing right now are so good, dude.
Oh yeah,
I love those
Alan
videos.
really knows how to tell a good story, man. He's got a real filmmaker's eye. He's not just like a skater, like making skate videos. He can do that very well, obviously, but he's got like a real eye for storytelling.
Dude, it's crazy though, because you have all these behind the scene videos and like how it's like perfectly lined up for COVID, where like you shouldn't go skate, but you have all the stuff stacked to just put out all. I was like, how did that work out so perfully?
It's just Alan's a mastermind, dude.
That was amazing.
Alpha dog. That's what we call him. Alpha dog. He's a mastermind at what he does. So he's always thinking ahead. Everything he films, he's always thinking from a big picture perspective, and it's really paying dividends right now.
Yeah, he's killing it, dude.
That's
All you
awesome.
guys are. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
seriously.
And the new board
you.
series you guys came out with was amazing too.
Which one was that?
Thank you.
What was the color?
It's called color waves. Color waves. I
that
think it
was
is. I might
sick.
even be better. But dude, that's a testament to Jubal Jones, my other partner in the whole art department. That's what they do. Like I think what we do really well is like let each department do their thing and like don't step on each other's toes. Like just trust that each department knows what they're doing.
That's important.
And we all know the main goal where we're trying to get at, and just let everyone kind of operate more or less autonomously as long as we accomplish the big picture goal.
Yeah, that's always tough if you're a creative,
micromanaging,
and you're under a microscope.
It's the worst.
You're always having being looked over your shoulder. That's the worst. Even in school.
Yeah, it's
that's teachers looking over.
Yeah, I mean, like maybe some rare people like that, but like, you want to just be able to be free and like kind of operate how you need to operate as long as you get what you need to get done.
The end result.
Get it done. Yeah, you get the end result that we're looking for. Then, however you look, if we're gonna go skate a spot, however you want to drive and get there, as long as you end up at the spot.
Exactly.
Then
do a trick
I'll
however
see
you
you
want to do it. Yeah.
Right. There's that ways could take each person a different route.
You take Waze, you use Google Maps, or you just go off your own memory, however you want to do it. As long as we all end up at the same destination.
Yeah, I think that's important, man. It's important to empower people, and make them make the decisions.
And hit those delivery dates.
Yeah, and they everyone behind the scenes at Primitive, especially during this COVID time and like the hard time with business and everything. And I've been really proud of how everyone was able to pull together and just make it all work, and just operate seamlessly, but yet in almost like independently
as a team though.
Yeah, because everyone, we're all working from home, and we're all, working remotely, but we all know what the goal is, and all right, everyone's got their mission. Go execute. We'll circle back and discuss it, in a couple days.
Totally.
See where everyone's at.
I love it. That's great, man.
It's been great. Been great. I'm very, very, very lucky to have the people, not only the people you see in front of the camera, all the skaters and everybody, but everybody behind the cameras is essential.
Behind the scenes is essential.
And Oliver
essential
Barton.
workers.
Oliver Barton.
That's true.
Oh, especially Ollie. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, everywhere, everybody.
Hello, mate.
Yeah. Hello, mate.
Love that guy. Love Ollie.
Just the human encyclopedia.
Wait a minute. Did you skate alone today?
No, I skated with Daniel Scales and Spanish
at the spot, at the flat ground spot.
At the spot, yeah.
And Eric too, right?
Eric was there. And then there was another local homie that was there when I pulled up. He pulled up at the same time. I brought my push broom though. That was the key. The other day when I went and skated there, it was like so much debris and rocks and like those little like date thingies all over the floor.
Worst. Yeah.
I brought my push broom and really cleared out the space. So
Look at that.
it
Spot
was a good
maintenance. Spot maintenance.
I gotta get, I'm just trying to get, like, now that I'm feeling really good, I gotta make sure I get everything,
You need a
all
leaf
the
blower.
tricks back in action. Yeah, that'd be really good.
Imagine
Leaf blower.
Paul rolls up in his whatever you're driving, your Mercedes.
For
and
the
you-
leaf blower?
Yeah, you pull a leaf blower from the
Hey
trunk.
man, just that's
You gotta do what you gotta do.
They do have electric ones now.
Yep.
That are
Pump
silent.
battery.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Silent?
Yeah.
Well,
They're pretty
silent
quiet.
enough.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not the whole gas thing where you pull the cord and all that.
yeah, I like putting in a little bit of elbow grease.
Elbow
you know what I mean?
grease.
The little push broom.
Hey.
Help you warm up the body.
You and Raj, man, you're the same.
We gotta fix the spots, dude.
Yeah, Raj does curb maintenance every time we go down there. He's got his little spatula. He gets all the wax off. And
Well,
Oh,
I
that's
do it because
smart.
sand sticks to the wax.
it does. It is needed for sure. But I just let Raj do it. I don't even have. I don't even need to. I just sit down and.
And if I'm not there, they don't skate.
Yeah, we're not
exactly.
skating.
Like,
Yeah, if Raj isn't there.
yeah, see, like that. Everybody plays their position, and it all works harmoniously.
Yep.
See, for me, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess I never skated spots with like that needed bondoing. Like I never skated like big stair sets or big rails that needed a crack, bondoed. But I feel like I never really got in there. Ty would go the night before and fix the spot
Yeah.
up or get the rail
the
out.
knobs off.
But then you hear about the skaters as well who are well into that also. And they love to go to the spot with them and fix it up and do everything and
Make it their own.
make it their own.
Yeah.
But I was never like that. I kind of just always skated after the fact or, you know what I mean? Like not to be a dick, but
Well, you're not a
No,
dick.
you're not. I mean, you're just smart.
yeah.
You're just like, let me know when things are all. Oh, the spot's good. Boom. You're just laying in wait, and you're just like, boom, I got it. Oh, it's ready to go.
Well,
Okay, let me go check this out.
also, maybe, on tours, we'd go on these night missions and Ty would light the spot up and he'd Bondo and I would just be
Yeah.
chilling in the van or do it. Like, I didn't really feel like it was my place to go in and help like an extra hand or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's
I would just
true.
let them
That's
do
true.
their thing.
Chris,
Yeah,
no-
if you have
no-
too many cooks in the kitchen, it's like no point.
Right.
Like Ty's got the Bondo down to a science. And once you're a good Bondoer, you don't want some jabroni coming
Yeah,
through.
exactly.
and,
I was the
trying to
jabroni.
like slap the Bondo around. And you're like, you just made it worse.
Yeah, need help, Ty? What do you need, man? You want me to run my finger on it, make it smooth?
yeah, man. You don't want to make it worse. So no, it's good.
Go back
it's
to
good
the
to,
van, Chris.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
just be in the van. That's fine. I'm totally cool with that, But were you ever a spot fixer-upper? Did you ever get your hands dirty or did you
I
kind
can
of...
Bondo.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can Bondo. I got a decent Bondo game going on.
Okay.
Other than that, I've never personally denobbed anything or done that type of thing. I guess bondoing. That's
Bondoing.
pretty much all I've done.
Yeah, Raj is a big DIYer now. He's put on his DIY boots, man, and getting out there with his,
I like that.
grinder and reshaping curbs. And
I will say,
a whole thing.
You do all these things that not a lot get done with the spots, though.
Don't matter. It's there.
Like he D-knobs.
That's not Roger's problem.
Yeah.
He did his part.
Roger's just trying to help the cause, man.
You got all these ledges unknobbed the other day in Venice here. They're amazing, but you pretty much just can't skate them.
It's
can skate 'em.
tough.
Oh, you get kicked out all the time, though.
Dude, remember?
Don't go there on the weekends. Number one. Don't go there when people are playing.
Well, it
games
is
there.
Venice. It's very crowded there all the time. But Raj, Paul, he fixed up these curbs. They about built this new pathway, this new like bike path thing, and he fixed up the curbs. And he called, dude, I just fixed up the curb. Went there the next day, it was knobbed. It was fully knobbed next day, right?
There were ledges.
Yeah, what did I say?
Yeah, you said curb.
Oh, curb, my bad. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, full ledges.
man.
Yeah.
He
You know what?
sprayed them and everything.
They got knobbed like a week later.
Okay, maybe it wasn't the next
Was it
day.
the ones down
Still.
here?
Like,
Yeah, the ones in Washington.
Oh, okay.
hey man, you can't break Roger's spirit.
I love
No,
the
no,
spirit.
he tries.
Yeah.
I can
You
get
gotta
those knobs
keep it
off now,
going.
though.
Yeah, he can
Where do I knob
denob.
it?
But he doesn't skate them. He just like he does the whole thing and then he sits up in the corner drinking a beer, like looking over his like masterpiece,
Yeah.
Hey,
like
man.
watching everybody.
Hey, that's
I was sore
if
from
that's
fucking
how you
knobbing
feel
the day
your
before.
satisfaction, then God bless you. Hey Rod, you know what, man? You need somebody to appreciate you fixing up a spot. I'm your guy, man.
I got you.
You can fix up any spot for
got
me.
you.
I'll appreciate that.
What spot do you want?
You know, you're over here hanging with these schlubs who take you for granted.
Paul, it's not like we
I got
don't appreciate it. It's
Yeah.
it's well appreciated.
It's
but
definitely funny to look
it's
at.
funny because we see the everyday. We see Raj with putting the shit in his backpack and the whole thing and coming back full of dust, and we see it. So it's funny.
Yeah.
Coming back with a
Yeah.
sledgehammer and like you're just like
Leaving with a sledgehammer, like okay.
It's called contributing, man.
Yeah.
It's contribution to the game.
I know, Paul. I just sit on my
Like
couch and
that.
don't do anything. But you
Like
know what?
that.
It's all good though. Yeah, I don't know. Spot fixing upping it could be fun, and you know what? It's a little bit of a rush. I could imagine. You're out there
Oh, when
in
you
the
take the
elements.
first one off, it's like I want to do it again.
Yeah, but there's also the kind of you're doing something maybe that you kind of shade. You're kind of in the dark.
Yeah, it's
and-
like a little like Mission Impossible type.
yeah.
I had not that
Dun,
one.
dun,
The
dun,
last
dun,
one in the
dun.
middle of the day.
Oh, in the middle of the day, that's even more of a rush.
Yeah.
You're getting more brazen.
It's kind of yeah,
that's
and it's
gnarly.
kind of like I've like when you hop fences or you light generators late night in random places or you do these things and you completely get away with it and no cops come. You're like, I could totally see how cat burglars get away with shit
Yep.
all the time.
And it's not like you're hiding anything. I mean, literally,
No.
we're in the parking lot with the van, unloading the generator, unloading the lights, like trying to find a way in,
Yeah.
throwing shit over the fence. It's not like
Yeah,
we're
you
sneaking.
just act like you're supposed to be there.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
funny.
It works most of the time.
Most of the
and then
time.
you're like, and then you're like, we totally could have just robbed this place blind if we wanted to, and nothing would happen. Like,
It's funny, Paul, because I find that most of those times where it does work out is on tours. For some reason, when you're on tours, whatever it
You're in the middle
is,
of nowhere too, though.
I don't know. I just felt like when we would go on tours, we would get
Yeah.
away with a lot of stuff.
We get with murder.
Yeah.
oh yeah, absolutely. When we were doing We Are Blood with Ty and everything 5 or so years ago, we had a full blown, like Roman candle fireworks.
Oh,
those?
yeah.
We had a full blown like shootout from the van to the RV on the freeway, just shooting back and forth. And I'm like in the van stressing, right? I'm all with all younger dudes, like, they're all stoked. Ty's gassing them all up, like, let's do it.
He's probably
And
got
I'm over
Darth
in the van in
Nugs
the
on.
back, like, oh my God, we're all going to jail. Oh my God, what am I doing here? How did I get in this position? Oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God. And we're fine.
We're fine.
Fine. Did that across the whole fucking country from one end to the other, shooting Roman candles at each other on the fucking freeways. One time at some random pit stop, a cop pulled up to the gas station, was like, getting reports that there was some gunshots on the freeway coming out of a black RV. Here we are in a black RV.
Oh.
You guys know anything about that? No, sir. Okay, well, keep your eye out. Like, that was it. All right, well, keep your eye out for anything suspicious. Getting a few reports. Got a few reports from different people. So, all right, you guys be safe out there. Take care.
That's
It's
funny.
like,
Wait, because
Yeah.
weren't you acting as a cop before?
yeah, I've done a cop role. Yeah, I have.
What was that? What was
I
that
in
about?
the movie The Curse of La Llorona.
Curse of La Llorona.
It's just a movie I had got a little part in.
Oh.
What? That's tight.
The acting classes are paying
Yeah.
off, huh?
They are. A little bit.
What was like the role? You were acting as a cop, or you're just a couple scenes, or just one scene, or
I was in I guess it was like one continuous scene, but I had like 10 lines with the main actress, with the lead actress. It was so the premise of this movie was the main woman had lost her husband, and she was on leave from. She's a child services person. What do they call it? CPS, Child Protective Services. She was one of those agents, and her husband, who was a cop, died. And so she took leave of absence for a little bit to mourn and whatnot. Now she's getting back to work. She gets back to work. She's in the office, and her boss decides that he would give some of her cases that she handled for the last few years over to another woman in the office. And she was upset about that. She was like, no, these are my, there was this one particular mother with 2 children, and the kids weren't showing up to school, and the boss was going to give that case to someone else. And she was like, no, this is my case. I want to go check up on it. And she's like, and the boss is like, look, you just come back. Are you sure you're ready for this? No, I need to go. And he's like, all right, but you need to take an officer with you. So I was the officer that they sent with her to go check up on the mother whose children were missing. And it was a good thing they sent me because I had to save her from the crazy. Well, the mom wasn't crazy, but she seemed crazy. The crazy mom from sledgehammering this lady's head in.
Oh wow!
So I came in, I saved her, pulled her out. Yeah.
Damn.
Officer Rodriguez on the scene. Man.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, so it was a fun little shoot and scene. So
awesome, man! Congratulations on that.
Yeah,
That's rad.
dude.
Thanks, guys.
Has anyone spotted you? Like, hey, are you the cop from that one movie?
All the time. I get DMs.
Really?
left and right, still. Like, yo, P-Rod, is this you? And like, yo, no, is this you? Is this you? And then, you gotta check it out.
That's tight, dude.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
It was like a proper movie in the theater, so it was
Wow.
like a nice little thing. And then your boy just had another role recently. I shot it end of last year, November through the end of January.
Mm-hmm.
I got a little part in a Netflix show. It's based on Selena, the singer, not Selena Gomez, the original Selena.
Right. I remember you
got a
posting
part.
about that.
Yeah, Selena, the series. So
Right.
I got a little part in 5 episodes. My name in that is Roger.
Roger.
Nice.
Does anyone
Yeah.
call you Raj?
No, they just
No.
call me Roger.
Okay. You should have told them, man. Like, he doesn't have nickname Raj. That's
Yeah,
good.
throw in a Raj.
Yeah, throwing a Raj.
But yeah, so I got a little part that in 5 episodes of that. So
Sick.
I don't know when that's coming out. Maybe end of this year.
Okay.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
Damn.
Look at you,
About it.
man. I love that.
Yeah,
that.
we're just trying to do it. Just trying to have fun.
And
Follow
that's
your dreams.
If you don't try, you'll never know.
You make 0 shots that you don't take.
Well, speaking of taking shots, what about drinking? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'd love to. I'm all tapped out right now.
No, but
Look at this plant-based tequila over here.
Tequila, by its very nature, is plant-based.
Yep.
well, let's get into this because again, I've said it in the shows. It's becoming a thing on this show. Board setup. Everybody loves to hear what you're writing or whoever's on the show, but now it's you.
yeah.
What's your
Kids are always
break down your board setup? What do we got going on here? Do you now I know we did talk about the molds. You use a certain mold 10 or whatever. Mold 4. Okay. So break it down a little bit. Like tell the people.
It's mold 8, but the 4th one in the mold.
Mm-hmm.
So I ride at 8.25. Venture Highs 5.6s, which is a newer truck that they've come out with.
Okay.
I ride 52-inch wheels, usually primitive
Those are
or
huge.
Coupier.
Millimeter.
Oh yeah, sorry, 52 millimeter wheels. I ride the Andale prorated Swiss bearing Paul Rodriguez signatures.
Okay.
They go.
Yeah,
They go, baby. I got my Diamond Hardware 7/8. No riser pads or anything of that nature.
Do you have a different
no
colored
goofy
bolt?
stuff? No, usually I go with the all black bolts.
Okay.
It does come with one indicator, but by this juncture, at this point in my life, I'm well aware of the front. And the
You're
back.
well versed in which is a nose and tail, right?
yes, indeed. So I'm good with that. And I just primitive grip tape.
Break down really quickly for the people who don't know the mold 8 number 4. What's that all about?
Right. So the mold 8 is just the shape I like. And then the number 4 is the 4th board in the press. So usually they press about, I don't know if it's 8 or 10 boards all together at once when they're like pressing the wood.
Mm-hmm.
And I could be wrong, but from what I gather is the higher, like the boards on the top of the press are a little bit steeper because of how it lines up. And the boards towards the bottom are a little bit mellower. So I kind of like to find that middle ground of, a little bit mellower, but not too mellow, nose and tail, and then the concave as well.
Yeah.
So I just have them pull me those ones.
How did you even discover that? How did you even go through and be like, oh, it's number 4. That's the one.
Because one day I was just skate. Like, I'm not really a picky person at all when it comes to my boards. But I just got a stack of my normal boards. I was like, just the fucking give me the 825s, whatever it is. I would just skate the 825s. And there was this one board that just felt perfect. Like every trick was on lock. No rocket flips. Everything just felt great. And I was just like, I was telling Heath, I was like, I don't know why, but this board in particular is like perfect. It's perfect. Everything about it, I love it. It's just something just a little different about it than all the other boards I've been getting. And so he starts talking to, at the time it was CJ, our guy who like developed and worked closely with like Bareback and everybody on our shapes. And they figured out that the board I had was the 4th board in the stack of the 825 mold 8. So I was like, just if I can keep getting that, great. Like I could pretty much skate normally whatever boards I get, but like, hey, why not? If you find one that just gives you a cheat code on landing everything perfectly, then I'll keep taking it.
And in skateboarding, man, any cheat code I'll take.
Any cheat code we can take, plant-based, whatever.
So if they try to slide you in another, but like a number 7, or you would notice. They try to trick you.
Maybe, but I don't know because I'm really not one of those guys who gets bugged out about a setup.
Okay.
It might feel a little different, but after skating for a little bit, I'll adjust to it. But for the most part, no, I don't really notice.
You just found something that you really took to and wanted to replicate that day.
Might as well just trying to keep that going.
But other than that, you don't care. You're not a big. You're not
I'm not
picky.
worried about it. No. I'm not worried about it. I can pretty much gather it. And like, I always have friends that like, they're like, or other people I know, like if something's slightly off, their whole day is shot. It's in their mind. It fucks their whole session. And then they're just like, I can't do it. And their whole day is wrong. Like, I refuse to be like that, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a shit what it is. Just give it to me. I just want to skate it and try and adjust because I don't want to get caught in these weird. I already have certain OCDs, so I don't want to get any more OCDs.
Right. I usually judge my day on how my Starbucks experience goes.
Okay.
If I have a bad day at Starbucks, then I have a bad day all day.
Like what's your bad day at Starbucks, Raj? Like they don't put one.
Well, now I have to like order on the app whatever in order to pick it up,
yeah.
but like they forget to put the sugar in, or
because they have to do it all for you.
Yeah. Or just the coffee's bad, or like, oh, sorry, we're all out of Pike right now. Can you wait like 5 or 10 minutes for brew a new batch?
Roger's day's ruined.
Like, God damn it.
Yeah, you're like, oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like,
you have to walk
okay.
all the way back home.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Or you spill on yourself as you're walking out. You're like, ugh.
I don't even know what I base my bad days on. I don't even know.
I try not to correlate any of those things. I try to quarantine them off, no pun intended, to their own, seclude them to their own event. Unless it's a good thing. If it's a good thing that happens, then I like to spread that energy to the rest of my day. But if it's something I don't want in my life or in my day, I just try to chalk it up. It is what it is.
Yeah, move on.
Put that behind me and let's just move
forward.
Well,
it's also it's like the laws of attraction.
Exactly right.
You do something like spill coffee on you, and then that every little thing that happens to you that whole day is just bad.
Falls apart.
You're just you're falling apart. You have to.
You keep
it's
thinking
like
about
tuned
it.
Into,
you're tuned into it. You're on the same wavelength. You know, you gotta
try. Yeah, I try to just like, as best I can. I just try to like, okay, whatever. That was a bit of an annoying situation. Okay, it's done. Now let me find, what I want to find in my life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just a fun little mind games we can play with each other.
It's tough to stay positive all the time. You know,
it can be. Yeah, it can be. You get tested for sure, but just because you're not positive in that one particular time doesn't mean you're not a positive person in general, right? Like we all have things that like you get frustrated, or you get angry, or you get sad or whatever, but like you can tell the difference between a positive and a negative person, because a positive person will always find their center again. They will always find their way back to positivity. A negative person will just take the negativity and just keep
Doing it.
going down with
Yeah.
it, down and down and down, down. So you can be annoyed, aggravated, or pissed off or whatever, but like you'll always find your center again if you're a positive person.
It's true.
I agree. You know, that's why if Raj spills coffee on him in the morning, I just say, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll just talk to you tomorrow. I don't wanna- How was your Starbucks? I'll talk to you tomorrow. Just talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it is though. I mean, it's luckily the positive outweighs the negative.
Yeah, and like you can find whatever you're looking for, right? I believe at least. You can find every reason why shit sucks, or you can find every reason why things are good. And you know what type of person you are by what you consistently find. It's like when you use a highlighter, you want to highlight certain things you want to remember, say you're reading a book or whatever, you can highlight things that are helpful to you or things that aren't helpful to you. You know, like it's all what you highlight.
That's true.
Yeah.
Life is a highlighter. Never thought of that. That's good. I like it. I do. So like if Paul Rodriguez was going out skating, you know, what would be the is there a certain warm up trick that you do? Do you get out of the car and do a kickflip every try, or do you do something and like what would cause Paul to have maybe a not so good, like if something's really like you just can't flip your board properly, or that kickflip's not working out, or
you know, I've been very fortunate, especially now, even more so now, to where like I don't have much of a bed. When I was not real young, but when I was on the come up, you know, teenager, if I missed 2 kickflips, I was because it's just like, you know, that's your everything in your life is just tied to that.
sure.
But now, so, you know, especially having gone through the injury and the fact that I can get out and attempt a kickflip is just great, you know?
Sure.
So, today my kickflip started off rough. I had a brand new board and brand new shoes though, and everything was extra grippy, and it was just like I had to got a couple shinners because it like over gripped and hit me in the shin. But usually for me, the tray flip is always pretty good.
Pretty good.
Like the kick flip for some reason is harder than the tray flip on flat ground for me, at least until I get like 5 or 10 of them under my belt.
Find your flow.
Yeah, same with me, dude.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
you have to use your ankle so much more.
A kickflip's hard to do, just cold. Like
Yeah,
Cold
exactly.
kickflip.
Yeah.
you gotta warm up for a while. Tray flip, it's for some reason it's just
you
like
can swing it around.
This little flick,
Yeah,
you know.
because there's no rocket tray flip. It's kind of hard to make it not work right.
Yeah,
And a
But a
fakie tray
kickflip,
flip's
like-
even better.
Yeah, the fakey tray flips flow with you, Kelly. I mean, I'm sure you can attest to that.
I like fakey trays, but regular tray flips is like one of the first warm up tricks. I feel like.
Yeah,
Fakie tray flips because it's easier to, you know,
Roll it around.
it rolls it around. Yeah, fakie.
Yeah, exactly.
Where are you going? You going to go get your board set up?
I'm just peeking outside. Kids are
Dog.
swimming outside, so I'm just keeping
Okay.
my eye out.
Well, I hope there's adult supervision out there.
The dog's watching.
Well, I'm the adult supervisor.
The dog's watching.
No, they're 12-year-old kids. You know.
Okay.
I'm right here. I can see them.
Nice.
I got it. I just keep my eyes peeled.
So the tray
is a
flips,
trick.
got to do the tray flips. The kick flips are a little harder to.
Yeah, those I got to be kind of pretty much warmed up. And now I don't even bother trying them cold because I already know, like, you know, I know how frustrating they can be at that point. So yeah, I just wait till I'm more warmed up and then I'll start throwing a couple kickflips out, you know.
But
Yeah.
you're stretching and everything beforehand, right? Or not as much anymore.
Well, what I tend to do is I'll do it at home, and then sometimes by the time I get to the spot, I'll be cold again, or sometimes I'll still be limber. But like, I'm one of those guys. Like, I get really excited, especially if it's a spot I'm liking. I get really excited,
Yeah.
and so like I just kind of start going for it. But I'm a big post session stretcher.
Yeah, like you get to the spot and you don't want to. You want to skate. You don't want to take the time
I'm
to
just
sit
so
there
excited.
and,
Yeah,
and
so like
stretch.
my warm up would be like just like pushing around in circles, just letting my body start, you know, loosening up and warming up, and then. But at home, dude, I stretch quite a bit and I hit the foam roller like there's no tomorrow. So like
Seriously.
I usually feel pretty loose and limber, even if I don't do it like immediately before or immediately after my skate session. Like I do it usually either in the morning or in the evenings, so or both.
Foam rolling is
Crucial.
it's crucial, but
Key,
it's tough. It hurts so much.
It feels
But
good.
that's only
though.
because but that's because you don't. If it hurts, Chris, that's telling
working.
me, because that means you don't do it.
Yeah,
No, it's not supposed to hurt.
No,
Not
there's
supposed to-
there's dust on my foam roller. That's how
Yeah,
much
exactly.
I do it.
If it
It's
hurts,
dust in your legs
because
too.
you yeah, if you do it every day, it doesn't really hurt that bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it's just so that's why, Chris.
I will not. Thank you, Dr. Rodriguez. It's funny because sometimes I had a little knee issues, not much, but the kneecap or something would hurt in it, man, and then
because your IT band and your quads.
that's the thing. I would roll out my IT band, and the next day, no more knee issues. And not like it was a big issue, but it was uncomfortable. It
just
would hurt a little
tight,
bit, a
and-
little
yeah.
tight. And then I do have tight calves, so I always do the push up
Calves
against a wall,
painful.
push up against a
Yep.
wall stretch, because tight calves can lead to Achilles injuries. They can lead to
Yeah.
other injuries. So I try to make sure
Lots
my
of
calves. The most important is loose.
Yeah.
That's the
Not-
only thing I
not
see
tight.
you do when you skate. You
It
stretch your
is.
calves, and that's
Try to
pretty
push
much
the wall over.
Yeah.
Try to push the wall over. Yeah.
Yeah, I.
When's the last
I
time you had a
feel on
massage?
that.
Last time I had a massage,
Yeah.
China.
Dude, go get a
Oh,
massage.
buddy.
I do enjoy the deep tissue massage. I do enjoy them just going crazy. Like where you want to cry.
Yeah, absolutely.
You get a good Thai massage.
Those
You
ones,
see?
those ones hurt a lot.
I like 'em.
but yeah, it's good. There's this place called Stretch Lab that's pretty cool too out here in LA, or just here in our area. There's some over there too, where you just go into this place and they just stretch you for an hour. Just they stretch you in every which way, your legs, arms, neck, everything, back, everything.
How much for an hour?
You just lay there, maybe $70. It's not like super cheap if you're doing it all the time, but like if you need to get like a super good, thorough full body stretch in, and then like throughout the rest of the week, you kind of maintain it with your own stretch routine on top of that and foam roller. It's a good little life hack.
Imagine doing that every day before you go skating.
I know. What's it called? Let's stretch.
Stretch Lab.
Stretch lab, and all they do is stretch you. There's no massage. It's just
Yeah.
stretching.
No massage. Stretch.
Okay. Huh. Man, if I went in there, they'd call everybody in and tell them,
We
look
need
at this
help. We
guy.
can't move this
look
guy."
at this guy.
This guy's stiff as a board.
They stretch you like your back, then your legs pop up in the air, and then they push
Yeah.
you down. Then you pop up.
Exactly. Ralph, Bill,
Hold him
Joy,
down.
come here. You got to see this. You got to see
Hold
this
them high on
guy.
that end. Hold on.
Like
This
it would
one
be a
thing's
complete
popping up the arm
disaster.
pop.
Yeah, it'd be a complete disaster.
Give him a Zanny.
Yeah, this guy, call 911.
Yeah.
Yeah, something's wrong. Yeah, but I mean, I can't touch my toes. I'm not limber.
You seem like the body, the build you have and the body type you have seems like it would be a flexible kind of. You seem limber.
Looks can be deceiving. I'm not.
Apparently.
I'm really.
It's a rigid structure.
I'm really not flex. I mean, listen. I never stretched. I never did all that stuff. So why would I be? But I trip on the people who can like put their palms on the ground.
Yeah,
Oh
Like,
wow, yeah.
I trip out on those people.
it's good, man. Like it'll help. You just don't realize, especially while you're young, like how much stuff stretching and being limber prevents. Like how much pain. Like people think they have knee problems. No, you don't have knee problems. You just have tight ass quads and
Right.
IT problems, or you got, or like, oh, I got lower back pain. Nah, dude, you just got tight ass glutes. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all
you
pulling.
literally are a tight ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, or just like,
True.
Yeah.
you might think you have an issue.
You could twist your ankle and hurt your neck at the same time.
Yeah.
You know?
From what I've learned is like 9 times out of 10, where you feel the pain is not where the issue is.
Yep.
The human body. It's insane.
It's really something. Really something.
Dr. Krob and Dr. Rod.
We could practice medicine together.
Krob
Hey,
and Rod.
man.
Yeah,
I'm not a doctor,
Krob and
but
Rod.
I play one on
Krob and
TV,
P-Rod.
man.
I mean, we're already wearing
I
the
like that.
masks, We're almost there.
Oh,
true.
God, I'd be scared to see Chris walk in, put a glove on, just be like, hey there.
What kind of doctor do you think I am?
You gotta check his temperature.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's a
Jeez.
proctologist. Takes care of all these assholes out here.
Krob the proctologist.
Krob the
Proctologist.
proctologist.
Prontologist?
Prontologist. Oh my God.
I like that. Oh, somebody's got to do the dirty work.
Listen, man, we're talking about people's health. Okay.
Hey, you can't put a price on that.
Can't.
The prontologist. I like that. Yeah.
Prontologist.
Go see a primitive graphic like that.
Yeah. just bent over.
You with a glove.
Just a glove with 2 brown fingers on it.
Oh,
2?
No glove, no love.
Jesus.
dude.
Switching directions here. I mean, since we're talking about primitive and board graphics and stuff, you guys do rad stuff. I mean, you did the Children's Hospital board. We have it up behind Kelly. The
Team Joshua.
Yep.
Team Joshua, the bunny
My guy,
board.
Yep, Joshy, man. Rest in peace, baby.
Dude, that's amazing. I love stuff like that. We often we talk about it on the show. We talk about it all the time. Like, skate companies need to do more stuff like that. You know, get involved. And
People just are afraid to like enter licensing deals.
well, there's ways to raise money for people.
Oh yeah, that too. But
Yeah, I think it's yes, and there's a lot of social pressure out there for people. You need to do this or that, and like personally, in my experience, it's like it comes better when it's something that you really feel strongly about. Like when it strikes a chord with you, because there's so many issues out there that you could get behind and support and whatever, and like how can you just pick one? You just got to find one that resonates with you and go for it, you know?
Yeah.
Champion it.
So that's how that was. It was like an organic thing, you know. Not that I'm not into, you know, charitable things, but it wasn't like that's what I was like. I wasn't like saying, okay, I need to check the box off of charitable giving. You know, it was just like I need to let it, you know, touch me, you know, and like feel like it, come from the heart directly. So to me, that feels good to do.
And
And shine some light on it.
Yeah, and didn't his dad DM you or something, or you started talking about it? Yeah.
My man Carlos, yeah, he just DM'd me out of the blue one day, and I happened to see it and read it, and he told me, you know, about Joshua, and he was just like, he wasn't even asking for anything. He was just asking for advice because he had this idea for a T-shirt that he wanted to make to raise money for children's cancer, and he wanted to ask me, like, how do you make T-shirts? Like, what do you do? Like, where do you start?
Right.
Like, he wasn't asking me to donate or to do anything. And he just wanted to know, like, okay, I don't know how to get screen prints made, or I don't know know how to personally draw it. I need a artist or, you know, stuff, just advice. So I ended up just something in me just decided to say, hey man, here's my number, give me a call, let's talk. And
wow,
you know, we're still friends to this day. I'm meeting up with him this week to have some beers, you know.
Amazing.
Wow, that's so rad, dude.
That's
Wow.
Yeah,
You guys raise money for the Children's Hospital and
for Children's Hospital, Orange County, and LA, because his son was being treated by CHOC, which is Children's Hospital of Orange County, and that was they really took care of him. Fortunately, Joshua passed away in December, but it was you know, something that went really successful, and we feel like we, you know, helped keep the lights on for these doctors and scientists and amazing people to continue their research to hopefully, you know, come up with the cures and all that.
And that's, I mean, it sucks and it's really devastating for anybody to go through all that. But you know, when it's a child, it's really, it's really devastating.
You know, it
affects people differently.
Carlos told me that out of all the money that's raised for cancer, he said something like only 4% goes to children's research.
Really?
Which seemed way like
low.
What's the word? The ratio is just is way off.
Well, it's amazing that you do stuff like that.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Chris.
No, for sure, man. Like I said, we talk about stuff like that, and we bring stuff like that to light. I think we actually bought off the. Didn't we buy off the website?
About
4 of them off the website, and we did our own raffle here for on the experience show.
It's amazing
and stuff, and so it's cool, man.
It's great. really, if like everybody chips in on whatever the cause is, it only takes a very little effort from each person to create a big
Yes.
help,
Yeah,
so
spread the word.
And it's cool because when you kind of take a step back and there's GoFundMe's for different people and some tragedies that really strike people, and the skateboard community really can get behind and really make a difference.
Yeah.
Which I think is amazing. And I think that's why I was saying before, skate companies and, people like us need to bring that stuff to light better, or more,
Yeah, I mean,
people need
sometimes
help.
just making awareness is even if you can't donate time or money, but if you have a situation where you can donate awareness that you might reach the people who have the time to volunteer or the money to donate. So
Totally.
everything helps. Everything helps.
Absolutely. I mean, look at the Reel and the Johnny Romano.
Yeah,
That whole thing,
that was huge.
that's still going on.
Jim's killing it.
Jim Tebow.
They definitely have stood by their word on that one.
Yeah. No, what's rad is if you go to Deluxe, I think now whatever, they're posting where every protest, like Black Lives Matter protests are,
That's cool.
like
That's
skate
really
related
cool.
ones.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Jim
Yeah,
Tebow.
man. I don't get it. I mean, us being skaters, we grew up pretty well versed with every type of culture. I mean, like we don't really see too many color lines or cultural lines or boundary lines. Unless you push Mongo, then no.
It's,
Jeez.
I'm just kidding.
You'll still
Then
be
that's
friends
a
with them,
problem.
just like, hey, don't push like that around me.
you give them advice. You say,
Yeah.
you gotta change your stance, buddy.
But
Gotta educate
jokes
them.
aside, so it's like it's crazy. I can't even fathom how there's like still a mentality of like intolerance of humans. You know what I think needs to happen? Since we as humans on this planet, we can't get along because the shade of our skin totally, for some reason, throws us off and thinks, wow, oh, you suck or you're good or whatever. I think we just need to have a full-blown alien invasion from outer space. Because let the alien invasion start coming to attack the planet. See how quick we unite and try to fight.
I know. Seriously.
I bet you we unite at that point. You know what I mean?
It's funny. I think I've heard other people say that too. Like, oh, well, we need an alien invasion next.
Yeah.
Just to kind of straighten us all out.
Well, we all need to go blind.
Well, no, not even that. But like, once the alien invasion happens, watch how quick we band together and start really working together and appreciating each other. Because we gotta fight this common enemy.
With the rate going right now, that probably will happen soon, dude. It's like
You know what I mean?
At the beginning of COVID, the government released like UFO
Yeah.
sightings or whatever.
Yeah. They confirmed.
And
They
it just
confirmed.
like no one
And
even
no one
cared.
cared.
Everyone's like, oh shit.
It just kind of
they
breezed
threw
right
that
by.
in there.
Now is a perfect time to tell people there's
that in there,
unidentified
yeah.
flying objects that the military has seen. Oh, okay. That's cool.
Moving on.
Anyways, yeah. Can we
Anyways, wear a
toilet
mask.
paper now?
Yeah. Is the toilet paper stocked?
So how long did I wash my hands for? 20 seconds?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, dude. Yeah. That's why I try to stay away from the news and
Yeah.
certain
It's
social
anxiety.
media stuff and Facebook. I think Facebook is just a poison. It's crazy, man. I'm a Facebooker that has. I mean, you probably as well, Paul. Like, being in the position we have friends that on our Facebook that we don't know. We don't know who they are, but but they still show up in our feed. So I go through my Facebook feed, and I'm just like, I don't know any of these people. I don't, and they're posting crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like it's
Just toxic
really
shit.
toxic and poin. Like I'm really not a fan of it.
Yeah. I try to like not follow stuff like that and just try and follow stuff that like I really try to be careful about like what I put into my mind.
Yeah.
I'm very good at blocking out a lot of stuff like and like anything any music I listen to or any movie or TV show I watch or any interviews it's always something that has a it's never entertainment is never the first is never the first reason why I watch or listen to something. It's always if I find some type of inspiration or motivation to apply to my life to try and keep me fired up to push myself to achieve my dreams, you know?
Man, you probably love the Michael Jordan doc.
Of course. Are you kidding me?
How was that?
So good.
Yeah, that one got me real fired up, man. For sure.
I love stuff like that.
I love stuff like that. Yep. I love it. The
old Bulls and Lakers championship videos. Like I used to watch a lot of those.
I love
so
it.
Inspirational.
Like even if it's not so obvious, like for instance, Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm, I love them, right? But like the entertainment of it isn't even my first reason for loving it. Like I love how like these guys dedicated their craft, their love for comedy to write these shows, and were so consistent at writing hilarious content every day. To when they put it together, it looks simple, right? It looks obvious, like, oh my god, they wrote that, that's so easy, that happens to me every day too. But like the fact that they had the eye to catch these moments in life, write them, tie them in together on a consistent basis every single episode for years and years and years, to then it becoming the most successful TV show in the history of television, like is like insane. And then I watched this documentary on Jerry Seinfeld where like he has this rule where every day, I don't know if he still does it now at this point in life, but for years and years and years, every day he had to write a new joke at least once a day, whether it was the best joke of his life or not. He had to come up with a new. So every day he had to push himself to think of something that could be a joke. And like that's no different than skating. Like every day you have to learn some type of new trick or something. Like that's how you build and grow and improve yourself at something. So like for me, I'm like, man, that's so inspiring and motivating. Now it makes me want to watch the show even more.
I know, right? Well, he's training his brain. He's training his mind.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And that's what's funny because, I mean, we talk about a huge Seinfeld Curb fan, and I like the fact that they were kind of, they were writing the show, and then they finally came to a point where I think the two ends of the episodes collided at the end or something collided.
They tied it back around.
And they tied it back around.
They always do that, yeah.
But there was a certain
and then like
but there was a certain point where that happened, and they were like, "Oh, I wonder if we could do this on purpose now. I wonder if we could write this and do it on purpose." And then they started doing that, and they started having everybody's storyline in the show. So Kramer would have his story, Jerry, Elaine, George, and they would all kind of tie together.
And they mastered the art of that.
Yeah. Mastered it.
And that was all just random. They didn't even. That wasn't like on purpose.
The one episode was not on purpose.
They're just aware of it.
I think it was the busboy episode where
where George gets him fired.
Yeah.
And they go and then they lose his cat.
Yeah. And then at the end, Elaine's boyfriend and him got into a fight.
Yes. And then that place blew up and he would have died.
Yeah.
If he was still
like everything kind of tied back, and they were like, "Oh, I wonder if we could do this on purpose."
Yeah.
I wonder if we could write it like that.
But think about how many times in skating that's happened. Like, for instance, like just as a random example, say when you're a kid and you're trying to learn nollie flip no side, but you accidentally get into nollie flip crook. And you're like, whoa, I wonder if I could do that on purpose now. Or like, you accidentally do another trick, trying a certain trick, and then you end up learning it. And you're like, wow, like sometimes like
that's how footage comes across. That's how footage you get footage too. Man, same way.
Yeah.
That whole shit has defeated me so many times, Paul. I'm trying a certain trick and then I get into something else, and now I'm trying that one. If I would have stuck with the first one, I probably would have landed it. Now I got to come back tomorrow to try this trick that I got into for, you know what I mean? Like it's a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
When you roll away, though.
Oh, no. When you roll away,
it's
for
the best,
sure,
bro.
Yeah.
It's well worth it.
And you're like, fuck, I got to do it again.
Yeah. So it's cool. So like, the point is, I guess,
you could apply that to life.
Very mindful in what I put into my mind and what I put my attention on.
It's tough to do these days. There's so much you're inundated.
Overload.
You're inundated with some type of information every day.
Yeah.
Whether it's good, bad, or fake, or whatever, You know what I find crazy that is like normal is like you're not allowed to not want to talk to somebody. Like for instance, like, yo, you didn't text me back, or yo, you didn't email me back, yo, you didn't DM me back, yo, you didn't message me back, yo, you didn't reply to my comment. And it's like, do you not realize, like, especially like
everyone in this chat here, we're all of an age prior to social media, even prior to email when that was a real big thing. It's like there was times where it's like
you can check it.
You can't get a hold of me. Like we just couldn't. There's the normal telephone at the house, and if you had an answer machine, then you might hear about it. But otherwise, it's like, yeah, dude, you're allowed to have your own time of like peace.
Exactly.
Like, dude, it's so much fucking emails, text messages. Like, there's some people who are so good at keeping up with everything, but like, sometimes I just go straight up dark on everybody. Like, sorry, I need peace and quiet.
There's so many mediums to get help. Yeah, like Instagram.
Yeah, like, you can't get away from people. And then if you decide you wanted to get away from it, you're an asshole.
But that's
why'd you unfollow me, bro?
I just stay away from it. I'm not a big DM answerer. I don't go through them. I kind of try to stay away from all that stuff because I've tried it in the past.
I go in phases. Yeah,
I've tried it in the past, and I've tried to answer everybody, and then they keep popping up and their replies, and then it just gets buried deeper. It's just like. Yep. Like, sure, like I love everybody that hits me up. It's amazing and it's flattering, but at the same time, and also I'm busy too. Like this show takes up a lot of time, and the last thing I need is just, I need to decompress. I need that time to sit on my couch and watch some mindless television and and have nothing going through my brain, you know? Right. And then being on social media and sitting there and trying to answer people's, it's too much.
It's one thing to answer. More. It's one thing to say yes or no, but it's one thing when they write a whole essay and they want you to help them.
But it turns not all the time. Most of the time, it turns into a conversation. True. You know, and I just listen. I love you, but I don't have time. I don't need another friend.
With like a one-word answer, like yes or no.
Yeah, but still, even then, you feel like an asshole. Like the guy wrote me a nice paragraph, and I'm saying, cool. You know what I mean? Now I'm a dick.
I know, but
like fuck. Yeah. So it's tough. I have a hard time with it, Paul. That's all.
I'm saying I feel you, man. And like I go in waves with it, right? Like there'll be times where I'll do like 2 weeks and I'll just be all right, every morning for 30 minutes I'm answering every DM I can answer in 30 minutes. And then once there's 30 minutes is up, that's that. Or I'll answer, I'll just any social media thing. But then, like after a while, like if I miss one day, then I'll go on a whole another opposite routine of not answering anything for a month, and then eventually be like, I gotta get back on it. You know, like I'm in like these weird waves with it.
So people got to catch you when you're on top of that wave.
Catch me on a good wave, and like and I appreciate everybody, and it's great. Yeah, but you can only. On top of that, like you said, like you're busy, you have a life. And then on top of that, you have actual people in your life that are family members or business partners that are texting you or emailing you that need that response from you as well.
Totally. Yeah.
And then you gotta stay on top of just that part alone for me is super hard.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you add another layer of DMs or, Facebook and all these other different social media is just like, yeah, man. Personally, I'm not built for that.
Yeah. Again, like we appreciate it. I appreciate it, and sometimes I go read through a couple. But again, there's those ones that catch your eye. Like like the children's. I'm sorry, Carlos. And sometimes you get those during a normal month or two. Like, hey, I'm going through a rough time, or you kind of get these DMs, and then that one just popped out at you and hit you, touches you.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that things happen for a reason. I believe in a higher power, and if you're meant to see a certain message that strikes a chord with you, you will see it. It'll what you're supposed to align with will align with you.
Totally.
So
it's crazy because you never responded to my DM when I hit you up.
You're on the wrong wave.
Yeah, I was get you on the low wave.
I thought I blocked you.
Oh,
you restricted him.
That's probably why you didn't.
No wonder I haven't seen any of your shit in a while, man. That's fucked up.
Yeah, I think I muted your story.
You muted it. Okay, my bad. So sorry, dude. I muted myself. I barely even post anything. I'm fully muted. No, social media is not. Listen, some people love it. Some people are just on. It's not my cup of tea. I enjoy it. I do, but it's not my cup of tea to post and do this, and it's just not. It's not on my radar.
You were doing it for a while though.
I go through big waves and then low crashes.
Yeah.
I
just think the way we grew up, like it's not built into us. Like
Right.
No.
kids now who are being born now, who are my daughter's age, 11, 12 years old, they were born into it, so it's just built into how society functions. So that's just normal to them.
Totally normal.
For us, it's something we had to like adapt to.
Yeah, it's true.
We had
And
to
some
train.
people are really good at it, but
Yeah.
even still.
I mean, there's people like Caballero. Caballero likes every single comment that he gets on his posts because he just wants you to see like, hey, I've seen you. I'm acknowledging
Yeah.
that I've seen
No,
you.
respect for
You
sure.
know?
I go through phases where I do that too.
Yeah,
And
me
then
too.
sometimes I don't answer any comments at all.
Right.
But then I'll answer some DMs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
Well,
It's
when
weird
you-
though. I mean, like, listen, man, try like for a normal
You gotta be in
person.
a certain mood, yeah.
Yeah, but for a normal person, they have, a couple hundred followers, Give them your Instagram for a month and see how, kind of difficult it can be, having 1 million followers and DMs and comments and it can get overwhelming, right?
You need a person for that job.
Sure. But we don't, I could have worse problems.
2 million? How many you got?
Exactly. Like it's really cool that many people give a shit to see what I'm doing.
I'm not
at this
saying
point.
that it's, I'm just saying that it can be a difficult. I get anxiety. I get anxiety when I start trying to
I only have
do
so
bunch of
much
stuff.
bandwidth.
Yeah.
But it's all appreciated. It's all love. So I guess to the fans out there, it's just like, if I get back to you, no, I mean, it's always appreciated, but
Yeah.
I may or may not get back to you, but I do go in waves where I try to get as many as I can. And,
Yeah.
it is what it is. You can only do what you can do as one human being.
You got a family and you got dogs attacking. You got a lot of stuff going
companies.
on. Yeah, companies to run.
Yeah.
And now,
And you gotta skate.
And you
skateboard
gotta
tricks
skate.
to learn.
Man.
Skateboard tricks. Yeah.
What do you got? What do you got? Are you learning a new trick right now? Is there something in the depths of Paul that's like, I have this trick I want to do so fucking
Yeah,
bad.
but I don't want to talk about it because
Just whisper it
a
into
kid
the-
out there
nobody-
today can go out and learn it by tomorrow, and I need a little more time than tomorrow.
How about going straight on the ledge, switch front heel to crook?
Straight on, like over, or like
Yeah.
how Tiago did it to nose, to crook. Yeah, that's a good one.
Like,
Yeah.
straight from the beginning of the ledge, not from the side though,
Yeah, I mean,
Or front
side
heel
would
switch.
definitely be.
Oh,
Yeah, the from the side would be extra credit. For
extra
sure.
credit. Extra credit for sure.
But I would definitely be happy with it. Yeah, to crook. I'm pretty sure Tiago did that one too.
Oh, he did do it. He did it at Jaquan, I think, right?
Yeah, Jaquan.
Yeah.
We lost him.
He's probably checking a DM.
Oh,
Oh no, I'm here. I'm just making sure that it was the batteries charging it. Okay.
Glad to have you back.
I'm glad to be back again. All right. Sorry.
We were in the middle of Kelly trying to tell you what tricks to do, and
Oh,
you
yeah,
hung
switch
up.
front
You hung
heel
up on
crooks.
us.
Yeah, I don't like ghost riders.
all right. Sorry, dude.
No, but that's a
No, I'm
hard
playing.
trick.
I'm
And
playing.
Tiago did do that at Jaquan.
He did do it.
Do it regular though.
Yeah.
Front heel switch crook.
Ooh.
And then,
Jeez,
and then
all right.
revered out.
Why don't you do it?
I can't do it right now. But if I could, I would. Just kidding.
I don't think I can do it right now either, but just a little bit of elbow grease and hard work. I think it can be done.
Sure.
It
Try
could be anything's possible.
It's true.
This is
Anything's
true.
possible.
This is very true. This is true. Somebody invented a way for us to talk on live video chat right now. So I'm pretty sure we can figure out how to flip our boards and land to a grind.
That's true.
Yep.
Yes.
So.
Somebody figure out how to like send pixels of our faces through the airwaves to devices
Shoot.
and
Don't
we
get
can
me
talk to each other.
Don't get me started on this whole shit, dude. Paul, I still look up at a plane flying through the air and I'm
trip
like,
out.
how the hell is that possible?
Yeah.
I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
do you see that fucking thing? That steel tube flying through the air
It's floating.
with
People
with
just
people on
sitting in
it?
a chair in the air.
It trips me out.
Yeah. That's what I tell myself when I'm struggling with a trick. Like, somebody's in the International Space Station right now.
Yeah.
They figure out how to do that. Like, I think I should be able to figure out how to flip this board. Just try a couple more times.
Right.
I should be able to figure this out.
I know people are in space right now,
Yeah.
chilling,
Nuts.
Crazy.
doing experiments probably.
They're doing stuff that's out of this world.
Out of
Totally.
They're floating.
yeah, it's
I
true.
figure
man.
we should be able to figure out how to land a maneuver on a piece of wood with some wheels.
There's so many tricks out there though that are so goddamn unfathomable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, that's the beauty of it. You just keeps going. You never beat the game.
A lot of the guys on Primitive do those tricks though.
Yeah, they do.
That's true.
A lot
They
of the
do.
guys on
and the
Primitive.
scary part is the kids coming up watching those guys
I know.
are gonna take what they're doing to the next, and you're like, oh my god.
You could see it. You could see it already, like happening.
Like, how is there going to be someone like the next Tiago? Like, are you kidding me? That's like that. I don't know what
you
that
can't
is.
imagine
pop.
it, but there will be.
Like so
Somebody
wild.
with more pop.
Yeah, like
you know what I mean.
How?
Plant-based diet.
You know, acai
Acai bowl,
plant-based.
yeah.
Yeah, I I couldn't fathom it. Like how anybody, like how much more it can go, but rest assured it can.
I feel like in skating, everybody's good, right? But there's only a few people that kind of come along every now and again that change the game, or add to the game, maybe.
Yeah.
Is even a better thing to say, It's like you got the Tiagos, you got, Paul Rodriguez comes in, he adds to the game, changes the game. It's like there's not that, there's a lot of skaters, but not that many that actually
Push the needle.
move the needle.
I think the difference between is I think the ones who do end up adding or changing to the game, I think they have a vision of doing that beforehand.
You think
I think
so?
the other,
Yeah. Okay.
I think there's no way you can. I mean, whether he admits it or not, like there's no way Tiago didn't have it in his mind to want to take what he grew up watching and push it to the next level and add to it. There's no way he doesn't have a state of mind of thinking in that big picture.
I mean, I
way.
definitely think that he is taken from our era of skateboarding,
For sure.
and putting his own
added to
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I think those type of people, they set out to do it, and maybe sometimes in skating it's not like cool to like, yeah, whatever, man. If it happens, it happens, man, or whatever. But like, I think those type of people in their mind, like they have something to prove. They want to make their mark, and the other people who are kind of just cruising along, I think that's exactly what they're doing, cruising along. Which there's no right or wrong answer.
I think you're right, Paul, but I think also some people may be doing it unconsciously also.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I can't speak for every human being, but I don't know. It's hard to think that there's some people who are that next level that are just kind of like, yeah, whatever.
That's true. I mean, you look at basketball players, right? And I feel like at basketball is kind of the same thing, right? There's only a couple people that kind of come in and change the game and put a stamp on it, and like a LeBron, or there are these people that come into the game where you're like, dude, Vince Carter, man, Tracy McGrady, like these dudes are like great basketball players, but they didn't really. I mean, they added to it in their own way, but they weren't the LeBron or the people that you really thought were going to come in and just dominate.
I think it's yeah. I think it all starts off with the vision you have for yourself in your mind from the beginning. Like even just from watching, Last Dance, like it's clear that Jordan had a picture of himself in his mind of being the best and proving it. And LeBron's been very vocal about wanting to be the best. Kobe was very vocal about wanting to be the best. And like sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with it, there's no right or wrong answer, but like sometimes it's enough for some people to be like, hey, I made it from high school to college to the big leagues. That was their big picture. I made it to the big leagues, but maybe they didn't think about making it to the big leagues to be the guy who would change the game in the big leagues. Maybe they're just like, I'm just stoked that I made it to be amongst these guys in the big leagues.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. I think a lot of people are content with being like a supporting player, or
which
or their
That's
role,
very
their role
valuable,
on the
though,
team.
you know, for sure.
100%.
yeah, absolutely. It's there's no. It's just all about what drives you, what makes you tick. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you think that way coming up?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted, like when I was a little kid and I did like karate class, right? I wanted to be the next Bruce Lee and do the best kung fu movies ever, Van Damme movies, those.
Right.
And then when I started playing guitar, I was like, oh, Jimi Hendrix, that's my hero. Nirvana, that's my favorite band. I want to be the best guitar player ever and have the most biggest band in the world. Like I always thought about like wanting to be whoever's the biggest and whatever I'm interested in. Yes, I love that. I don't know, for whatever reason, that's just the shit I was attracted to.
Yeah.
And then so when skating came along, it was like I fell in love with it. And I was like, found out about pro skaters and everything. And then I started learning about it. I'm like, Costin, Reynolds, Penny, Day One, these guys. I'm like, okay, yeah, I want to be amongst those guys. Like, and that's what my state of mind was, wanting to do that. And then I found out in skateboarding, it wasn't always the thing that it was looked upon as cool to be vocal about your desire to do that. So you got to be like a little covert,
Right,
and you mean,
right.
and you mean to tell me that some of these guys aren't using that same strategy? They might be playing it covert,
Right.
like, making it seem like, oh yeah, nah, dude. When they go to bed at night and they close their eyes, they're dreaming of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you were to say like, I'm the best, I'm better than everyone, people be like, oh, this guy's canceled, bro. This guy's,
Yeah. And like, it's not even about saying the bet, but there's nothing wrong with like wanting to be your best or to strive to be the best. It's another thing to like go out and just be ridiculous about it. But
Yeah.
the only one I think, in my opinion, that worked for was Bastion.
Oh,
True.
yeah.
Like
Celebrating
skateboard,
when in his contest
skateboarding,
runs
like
and
the,
stuff.
the only person I can think of that had worked for was Bastion. I loved it about him because it just reminded me of like Muhammad Ali type stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was just entertaining, and he followed it up. He
backed it up.
He
Yeah.
handled it,
He
bro.
really
Backed
backed
it
it
up.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's really, I don't know. It was like it was showmanship. Like if you got showmanship, you can in charisma, you can kind of finesse your way through that, right? And if you back up what you say, but if you don't have showmanship and charisma, then just keep it to yourself. Be covert about it, and you may end up being that anyway, and being one of those people looked at as a game changer. But
Yeah.
you might kook yourself out the game trying to like claim it too hard,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
You
it's
just
just
sit back.
it's just different in every industry. Skateboarding
Yeah.
for sure. You could do that in basketball, football. You could do that in other
all day long.
sports.
It's
Any like
celebrated.
organized like
Yeah.
sports you can kind of do that with,
Yeah.
but
Totally.
not in a game where your peers, it's like
not a game,
it's just
though.
an open field of just whatever you can make out of it,
And you know what? Also,
Yeah.
kind of saying the best is very skateboarding's so individual that
Right.
there's
It's
people out
not-
there
there's
that's
no
like,
actual,
Paul's good, but he's not the
there's no
best.
actual
This guy's
answer.
the
Yeah.
best, and there's no correct
Yeah.
answer, right? It's all
there's no
it's
right
all
answer.
I don't know the right word I'm looking for. It's
Preference.
all personal preference,
Yeah. It's
Kelly's
like,
the
that's
best
why I
one he does.
love comparing skateboarding to like music, right?
Mm.
Because you can't say who's the best musician in the world.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, well, you like this guy, I like this guy. You could say, yeah, Michael Jackson's Thriller, I think it was, sold the most albums ever in the history of the world. But does that make him the best musician in the world? I don't know. It makes
Right.
him the highest selling one, but like there's no actual factual thing. Because how can you say Michael Jackson is a better musician than Mozart?
Totally.
It's like,
Yeah.
Totally.
It's just
It's
like,
true. Skating is kind of
Yeah.
it kind of falls under
you
the
have
same.
so many different walks, and that's the beauty of it, but
Mhm.
you can have your own vision of what you want for yourself and try to be your best version, and there's space for everybody to be that.
One of the best to ever do it, man. Paul Rodriguez, bro.
Hey, that's why you're top 30. It's
Top
Transworld's
30,
top 30, bro.
30 for 30,
Hey,
man. Trans
I'll
world.
take it, man.
You're number
That was
one in our
huge-
book, man.
huge honor.
Just don't tell
I
any of our other
appreciate
guests,
that.
bro. Okay.
No. We'll keep it
to
just to the stop and chat.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul, any new Nike SBs coming up?
I'm working on a little something for next summer. Yeah, something I'm really excited about for next summer. That's about as far as I have.
How'd your last collab do? The Mexican boxing one.
It went really well. It did exactly what I was hoping it would do. That one was for me was trying to be like my first kind of like sneakerhead shoe. Like it wasn't my. I'll be honest. You know, I like to be straightforward. It wasn't. I wasn't like, yeah, I need to make a shoe that's gonna just skate well. This is for the skate. That one for me was like I wanted it to be
On
a little bit more of a. I don't care. Yeah, it was just more. I wanted to have like after all the shoes I've had that were directly made for functioning of skating, I wanted this to be my one like that I want. I want to take a stab at the collectible side of things. You know?
Sick. What do you think
So
about the Ben and Jerry's collection in the 7-Eleven shoe?
Me personally, I don't like. It's like neither here nor there for me. But like the hype around it, like that's pretty cool. That like as far as having it in your collection, it's definitely something you're gonna want to have in your collection just for bragging rights. You know. But me personally, like. Yeah, I would have never thunk a Ben and Jerry shoe would have been that crazy in demand. You know what I mean?
Did you get a pair?
I got a pair, yeah.
Of course.
Can we get a pair?
Did you get the one in the big tub?
I got the big
The
tub
big
pair,
tub,
yeah.
man.
What shoe are you skating right now? Is there a certain one you like? Or
It's called the GTS Return. GTS Return.
Kind of looks
this is
like
the one
an
I
Air
was
Max,
wearing
right?
today. It looks kind of similar. It has like a little Air Max vibe with the way they do the blocking of the colors. GTS Return. I like it, and I had just got it recently in a one pair in the box that Scuba sent me last, and I skated them and I liked them so much, and I hit up Scuba just the other day like, yo, can you just send me a box of only these? I want these. I like them so much.
Are those the ones with
So
the vulcanized sole?
No, they're cup sole, but
Are
they
they?
feel so light and thin. I don't know how they were constructed.
Because I know the original
But they feel-
GTS were Volk.
See, you know more than I do. I thought it was just an original new shoe. I don't know.
Yeah, I hadn't
know.
seen that one before, but it looks just like the Air Max or the. Yeah, I know what you're saying, the color blocking of
The
it.
way the color blocking is.
Yeah, they look good. Good cup sole.
They're light. They don't like the. These are the first shoes in a while that had like stitching around the toe box that I didn't rip for like the whole time I skated them, and I didn't rip the laces either. So I told Scuba just lace me up with this shoe. So I hope they keep it in the line for quite some time because I'm enjoying it. It feels good. It's light, it's flexible, comfortable.
I think there's like a term. I can't remember what it is, but like on the toe stitching, they have it so
Yeah,
it's like,
the reverse stitch. I think.
exactly.
The turn and stitch.
Yeah, so it's like rolled over, I think.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
It-
So basically,
it
when
works.
Yep.
When they're stitching, whatever, they stitch it underneath and then they roll it over. And they stitch
So it looks seamless.
Well, no, it
No,
looks-
it doesn't look seamless. It's hard to like for the grip tape to grab an edge and rip through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain.
I'll have to check that out.
properly, but-
I don't know. I can't understand.
Yeah, it's definitely that was a game changer when that started happening in skate shoes.
Yeah.
Because all the shoes that had the layers on the toe like that would get destroyed.
Yeah.
And like for some reason, I go through stuff fast. I go through boards and shoes quick. Like I love skating blazers, but I just blow the laces out first day. I blow them out first day. Yeah, but sometimes super glue is slippery, and it makes me slip on my flick. But that's only if I'm putting it on like the toe. The laces I can get away with. You're right, Raj.
How many shoes do you think you skate a week? Probably like 2 or 3?
A week?
Yeah.
Probably just one a week.
Oh, okay.
At least right now. Well, with these GTS Return, I skated those. I started skating them last Friday, and today I just put on a new pair of shoes. So what's today? Wednesday. So they
Tuesday,
it was like what is that? 10 days, 11 days. I skated on.
Oh, nice.
That's not bad.
And what about boards?
Boards, if I'm street skating, it could be one a day.
Right.
Yeah.
If I'm at the park, probably every 3, maybe 4 days.
You like a crispy. You like the crisp.
I like
pop,
a fresh board.
Fresh pop.
What do you do?
I keep them in the trunk. So if I'm ever driving around, I see kids pushing around, I'll pull over and just hand them to them or whatever.
Yeah, it's tight.
I always like to make sure I have some ready, because a board that would be worn out for me, for the average kid, would probably still be brand new feeling. So unless I chip it or something, but
even still, yeah.
I don't know about you guys. How do you guys feel about this? I can do new board, new shoes, but I can't do old board, new shoes. I can do new board, old shoes, but I can't do shoes.
I can do any of that as long as my trucks feel good. I don't know why. Like if
you like new shoes, old board,
I can do it for sure. I don't know why. I don't know why I could do it, but as long as my truck, I was thinking about this earlier.
I knew I didn't trust you, Kelly. I knew
I don't know why. Sometimes I really like old board new shoes.
Wow.
Yeah, sometimes I can, if I just feel right, because shoes nowadays are a lot slimmer than they were back in the day. So like they're kind of get broken in easier. But yeah, man, if my trucks don't feel right and the bushings are jacked, that's what I can't fuck with.
The good thing though is when you get older, you don't give a fuck anymore. You just have to skate.
True.
I like walking around in a pair of shoes a day and then skate in them.
Okay, that's cool. But do you like? Would you skate those walked around in for a day shoes with an old board?
I think I need
old board, new grip tape.
I think I am a big fan of new board, new shoes.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, I think that's.
But how about new board, used shoes?
That's cool too. Depends how long you skated in though.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah,
that's fine. That's fine because you're kind of already broken in. Now you just have to break in the board for a few minutes.
Yeah.
The hardest part for me is like if it is a shoe that I have to break in. That's the tough part. If it's a shoe that I could just put on and skate, then that's fine. New shoe, new board, easy.
Yeah, if it's a shoe you have to break in, you pretty much like lose a whole day just
at
working
least
on breaking it in. Yeah.
They don't make a lot of shoes like that anymore though. I feel like all the shoes are kind of good right away.
A lot of them are.
Yeah,
now.
that's true. That's true. A lot of them are nowadays. Yeah, that's right. Well, actually, there isn't any P-rods. So yeah, they're all broken in.
But those ones you skated in your new ones though, the high tops.
Those were. I'll admit it, for skating, it took a couple days.
It took a while.
For me personally, for what I like, it was. But like I said, those ones for me, my goal was to add to the collection side of things.
That footage you had when you dropped like all the stuff on Instagram you were posting wearing those shoes, that made a lot of us really happy, dude. That was like,
thanks, Kelly.
Seeing that you coming back from your injury, but also seeing like how you had like the cargos on and shit was just looking fresh, bro.
Yeah,
thanks, dude.
It made us like I was stoked, bro. So
thanks, Kelly.
Yeah,
appreciate it. It's a great feeling to hear. Thank you,
dude. Of course.
Well, hopefully there'll be actually even better stuff. So
I'm sure there will be, man. I really want to get out with the flat ground session, hopefully in a couple of weeks, but I need to get back
come
into
on,
it.
man. Get that hot pocket in order. Let's do this.
It's getting better for sure. I just don't want to when if you have those and you just kind of redo it a little bit,
doing it,
you're right back to where you started.
Put it in the microwave a little too long, and the hot pocket just got a little hard.
Some vegetables.
Yeah, get them on a plant-based
throw some Ace
diet,
bandage on that
plant-based hot pocket.
Yeah.
That's right.
Veggie hot pocket.
Yeah. Hey, maybe you should go plant-based for a couple weeks. See if you feel any.
Should I?
Yeah.
Any interest? I mean, see if you feel any change in your in the behavior.
I'll try that.
Try the fake eggs.
You know what? Starting this episode will drop Monday.
Do you even know how to go plant-based? I mean, you'd have to Google it.
Luckily,
and all that stuff.
I have a really great girlfriend.
Yeah,
My girlfriend will help me out for sure. She'll know everything.
Yeah, it's kind of I wish you could do it on your own.
Yeah, who knows?
I'd love to see that.
It might help the healing process, dude. I don't know if it was like the soul thing that helped with me but dude, I'm telling you, this last month, 3 weeks to a month, all of a sudden, like the pain in my knee is like not there. Like I can walk down the stairs and there's no discomfort. Walk up the stairs, no discomfort. Like
are you taking a lot of turmeric?
No. actually.
Yeah, but like you're saying, like the inflammation of like all the blood circulate. Like
Yeah,
it
maybe.
just-
Yeah. You never
I
know.
was
Because there
looking
was like a sharpness in it for the longest time, and once I warmed it up, it would be okay. But it would take a long ass time to warm it up, and it would just be sharp. Or like in the morning when I walk downstairs, like I have to hold onto the railing and like limp down the stairs.
Oh,
But now every day, walking right down, not holding the railing, nothing.
crazy.
And maybe the diet's a part of helping that. Maybe it's just also just the accumulation of all the physical therapy I've done over the last 2 years. I think it's, a little bit of everything.
hey, if it's working for you, just keep going at it.
Hey, yeah. I mean, I don't have a limit on it unless I see some other documentary that tells me
Something else.
why this is better.
Go watch this
Well,
keto diet doc. It's great.
I did do the keto diet.
did you?
Before plant. I did that a few months back. It slimmed. It trimmed me down for sure.
Okay.
But because I was like, maybe if I trim down a little bit, it'll be less pressure on my knee and it won't hurt as much.
Yeah.
But it was still hurting at that point.
There's
Merge
so
that
many
with the
things.
plant-based.
There's so many things now with like you don't know what to believe anymore. It's like
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of
Who has the
information.
answers anymore?
It's a lot.
Could all be just placebo too. I could just
That's
be
true,
thinking
too.
because I'm plant based, I feel great, and then I do.
Like I said, whatever works for you. If you find
I'm
something,
still waiting for the beer and tequila diet craze to come in, and I'm
working
waiting
for
for
me.
the scientific facts to prove that that's like the athletic diet. So.
I actually have a great documentary for you to watch. It's amazing.
Okay.
It'll
Roger's life.
change your life. Yeah. Follow Raj around for a day.
Beer and tequila and cigars, and that's the strict diet I must adhere to.
Man. I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy that you're in a good place and skating and
Thank
feeling
you.
good and doing your plant-based stuff. Seems like you're really stoked, man. I love it.
I am.
I love it.
I'm really hyped, really grateful. Just have a new perspective, man. Just to be skating again, like it's just I feel so excited about it again, and because I just wasn't sure if I was ever going to be able to skate to a certain level again.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, professional or not, just a skateboarder, goes through that, when they get injured. And the rehab is the most important part of it all. And, it can be daunting. It can be daunting, and
definitely was
sometimes
daunting.
you reach a plateau and you stop seeing results or whatever the case may be. And I think it's just really important for people to know that, like, hey, just keep going. You will get better.
Yeah, it's really just a decision to get better, and then a decision to stay committed to that decision. Like when I was doing my rehab, there was people who had knee surgeries right around the same time as me, and like they would be going in a couple times a week, and I was in there 5 days a week, and they would come in a couple days a week for like a few months, and then you just wouldn't see them no more.
Right.
yeah.
They would just be gone, and they wouldn't be coming no more. And like I did a full year of 5 days a week,
Wow.
everyday rehab, plus doing my rest of my physical training on top of the rehab,
Huh.
and then that gym that it would have been longer, but the gym that I went to closed down, but then they let me take a bunch of equipment and I built the gym here at the house.
Oh, wow.
So I just stay. So I just stay.
Wait, closed
on
down
top of it
because
here
of
at home.
COVID?
No,
Or-
they actually moved locations and consolidated to another location that was further. And so when they were closing, the lease on that building was closing. I was so good friends with them. Shout out to Dr. Eddie over at BDX. He let me take whatever equipment I wanted, and so whatever equipment I could fit in my garage, I got, and I got the gym here in the garage, and I stay steady with that thing at least three times a week.
Wow.
That's dope.
You
dude.
parking the ride outside now?
No, it's like another garage.
Okay.
I love that.
The car still has a home.
Yeah.
That's
Good.
dope, dude.
It's cool that you talk about it so much and put it on your story and the whole recovery, because I think sometimes people
Yeah, it
need
was
that,
crazy.
Yeah.
They need a little
A lot of people reached out
reassurance.
to me asking about it.
Yeah.
I know.
Just wanna
It's
know
a tough
what's going on.
situation, man. It's really
It's tough, but the answer is you just have to decide to get better.
Yeah.
And it's going to take your effort. And you will get better.
Yeah, even if you find that 1 second where you're like, I don't know if I'll get better.
I had a million of those.
That's the worst thing. Really frustrates you, but you just relax for a second, take it easy, keep building on it, and then
it'll all come together.
It slowly comes back, and sometimes you don't even realize it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's just like skating. Like when you're a little kid, say you want to learn whatever trick, 360 flip, right? Yeah. And you try it all day long, and you're not getting close at all. And then you try it for like 2 weeks straight, you're not getting close at all. And then all of a sudden, one day, they started to work, and then all of a sudden, 2 days later, they're gone again. You're like, wait, I lost it again. And you're like, I had it. And then you just keep at it. And then you get it. And you go through this little phase of like getting it, losing it, until finally you get it and you got it. And you keep it. And that's kind of what it felt like for me. It was just like, I'd have so many times I was like making great progress, feeling awesome. And then all of a sudden I'd have a setback for like a month or two. Where my knee pain would just be hurting so bad, and my physical therapist would be like, "We got to chill back. We got to start doing like more basic exercise." And I would feel like, but I was just making so much progress, doing so much new things, and I was like, "Nah, we got to go do the basic, boring stuff now." And it was just so much ping ponging. But then you get to a point where like it sticks.
Well, it's interesting for you too, because I mean, I know like you've been skating for so long, but once you already know how to do those tricks and then you have to relearn them, that's like a whole different scenario that you're
that's
like
daunting too.
That's psychological,
because you know, you're like, dude, I could do this, but you're like, then at the same time when you do it, you're like, fuck, I can do it again. Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. It's like this weird mind fuck.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, obviously for me, for us, like that's our job, right? It's our career. So like you have that extra motivation of like to do it. If you're just a guy who like got hurt and you just love to skate, but you have another job and you pay your bills another way, and this is just like your hobby, it might be harder to motivate yourself to go through those ups and downs because you don't have that extra like reason to.
That's true.
So for me, I'm like, well, shoot, this is my career. This is all I know. I love it. And this is what I want to continue to do. And this is how I want to be able to support my family. Mm-hmm. So it was that much more of like, way to double down and commit.
Yeah. It's like a, cross between, it's like livelihood / love.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, and I've been so spoiled with skateboarding that like, I don't ever want to make money in a way that I don't love anymore. Or not anymore. I don't want to have, of course, anybody likes making money, but like, imagine if you can make money and the way you're making it is like the way you'd rather be spending your time anyway.
Yeah.
That's true.
Doing what you're passionate about.
I'm so spoiled. Like, I don't ever want to make money that I don't enjoy making.
Right.
I guess.
And you're hurt. When you're hurt, you have all this other stuff going on too. Like you have a business. It's not like you're just sitting there just dwelling on your pain. You got something going on.
I was very, very blessed that like I had stuff to focus on, and thank God, my sponsor, Nike obviously stayed by me, and like I didn't have to worry about like, well, if I can't skate, I can't get paid and I can't pay the bill. Like, like it was, I was very, in a blessed situation, great insurance I've had. So, I get it when most people, they'll hit me up, but I don't even know what to tell them. Sometimes they'll DM me or whatnot and say like, what do I do? Like, I don't have insurance and, I can't afford to go to physical therapy and this, and like, I don't have the answer. I don't know. Like, I definitely was in a less situation, And
I applied to Medi-Cal maybe or something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah. And I would have been an asshole if I didn't having the luxury of having the best situation available to me and being a lazy bastard and not taking advantage of it. That would have been the ultimate sin.
Yeah. I feel like though, Paul, you are the type of dude that say take insurance out of the question, take money out of the equation. I feel like you would still watch YouTube videos, figure out this and try to, build your own.
Become a doctor, make his own.
Just do, like not become a doctor, but do the physical therapy stuff off of research rather than going in and.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I believe I would have done that too, because, if you just love something so much, then you can do it. I was really inspired. I don't know if you guys know about him, but David Goggins. You guys familiar with David Goggins?
No.
This guy is really cool. I read his book and I watched all these interviews with him he was like he's this dude who, he was like a Navy SEAL. He was what do they call those? The Rangers. He went through like Army Rangers. Yeah. He was he went through what's it called? Buds training like 3 times, like where they do Hell Week, all these things. But like he was a dude who was so depressed. He was like, he's a black guy, and like he grew up in a white area. He had a lot of racism against him, and then he was overweight. He grew up in a real bad family household, and then like he just got to the point where he was so sick and tired of like his self and his situation and not being able to take to get himself out of this bad situation, that he just snapped in a good way and like just dedicated himself to like breaking all this bad shit down in his life and turning himself into a fucking monster. And I read his book, and it was so inspiring that I was like, dude, what I'm going through isn't even nothing. So I can do this. And like, just, feeding your mind, no different than you got to feed your body. Like I'm trying to do the plant-based.
Totally. Feeding
my body, but now you also got to feed your mind consistently too.
Yeah.
But anyways, that was David Goggins, man. Okay. He's got this book called You Can't Hurt Me. It's so fucking good. Man. And yeah.
I'm about to get on Audible. I'm not a big reader, but I'm on Audible. I'm about to get on it because I'm an
Audible guy.
In the last few weeks, there's like 4 books that we've talked about, and you're going to be our first guest on the 9 Club Book Club.
Nice. Yeah, please.
Yeah, it's going to be.
I'm Audible, actually.
Okay.
So I didn't actually read it.
But I think it's okay to still say that you read it. I think it's fine. It's not a big deal.
And actually, the audio version of the book is better because he comes in between each chapter, and it's almost like a podcast where he goes and talks about the chapter.
Oh, wow.
And adds more points onto it. Yeah.
Right.
So he'll have, it's really cool. And then I went on a fucking tangent of watching YouTube videos, and every interview he was on Joe Rogan and all these other places. And I was just like,
deep dive,
everything I could find on him. I just started watching, and I was like, all right.
I love
And then it was just every day it was Goggins. Gotta get Goggins. He broke, I think somebody broke the record now, which is insane, but he had the Guinness World Record of the most pull-ups in 24 hours. It was something like 17,000 pull-ups or something in 24 hours.
God.
Like he does shit that is just he gets fascinated on just killing himself and like the mental game of pushing yourself through it. I don't know what I think. He was just so fed up with the person he was that he is now like dedicated his life to becoming the person he wanted to be, and like I don't think he ever wants to turn back. So.
It's inspiring.
That's rad.
I love inspiration stuff like that.
So I'm gonna try the Guinness Book of Record World Challenge of like most switch trays in 24-hour period.
Okay.
I'm trying to do 50,000.
50,000.
Dude, that's just consistently just keep doing it all day.
Would love to see that.
Bionic legs. Could you imagine?
24-hour switch tray challenge.
Like, imagine how tired your legs would be. Like, how many switch trays before your legs finally just stop working?
I think we have a contest here.
I mean, Paul, right? Like, 200-300, and your legs are done. Like that.
I did.
Nah, you might start losing pop and losing form, but I think I could get to 5.
Yeah, I think you get to 5. I randomly did 100 one time in a row, just regular tray flips, and it wasn't it wasn't as bad as I thought. Like, switch might be a little harder.
I feel like switch takes a lot of energy.
Not when you're P-Rod.
No, it's actually the same energy if you think about it. I mean, the from regular to switch, the the science of how the trick is no different.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
You're just using most of you're normally using.
Yeah.
Well, Paul's developed that
Yeah,
technique.
they're all the same.
It's equal to him.
I could probably do 5.
24 hours.
No, 5.
Yeah, it's not bad, Chris.
Thanks, dude. I think it's good. Listen, whatever you could do.
But
you
yeah,
know?
you'd start
fine.
losing form at some point and losing pop, but you could probably keep going for a lot longer than you think.
Especially if it was a challenge and I had to like beat Raj or something. I'd have to go for it.
You guys should have a little challenge.
Should we do a segment?
Switch tray. Can you switch tray, Raj?
Switch
done
foot
them.
manuals.
Okay.
How many switch foot manuals can you
Paul,
do?
I've done like 2 in my life. This just happened to be the one that, that just stuck. Well, listen, Paul, man, we don't want to keep you up all night and everything, but I have one question to ask you.
Talk to me.
I don't know. I'm interested, man. What's a Paul Rodriguez pet peeve? What's a pet peeve that you just something maybe not skating, just in regular life, you know?
What
That's just
bothers you?
what bothers you?
In regular life, what
Pet
bothers me?
peeve. Like you want me to tell you one of my pet peeves?
Yes, I would love to
My
hear it.
pet
Maybe
peeves is more of an annoyance pet peeve. It's when you're driving and you get a little rock in your tire tread and you could hear it go tick, 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 tick.
I don't like that when it happens to my shoes.
Okay, same. But when you're driving and you got the wind, you could hear the little rock. And I want to pull over right away and pick that little
pull
rock
it
out
out?
of there. Yeah, it's one of my pet peeves. I hate it.
Huh.
It drives me fucking crazy hearing that noise.
It's like having a staple in your wheel.
It's just a tick, 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 and you go faster and faster. Hate it.
Well, with skating, one of my pet peeves is like when I'm like in a session and just having a good time, and somebody just wants to talk about some random shit, and I'm just like,
That's
yeah,
tough.
dude, I'm like,
Don't take me out of this.
let's focus here,
That's tough.
or just getting a skate session interrupted in any way, especially when you're like having a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The small conversation skating it sucks. It does suck.
Yeah, because you're just like, dude, I'm locked in right now. Yeah, like
They're trying to have stopping chats. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
yeah, the
Paul
stopping
ain't,
chat.
Paul ain't trying to have no
skate.
stop and chat, man, when he's skating.
Yeah. You know what peeves me?
Ooh.
Is when I go to smoke a cigar and it's rolled too tight and I can't get a good draw from it. And it's a waste of a whole good cigar
Yeah.
that you're like, man, because it's unsmokable.
Can you
too
roll
tight.
it? Can you roll it and loosen the
You
leaves?
can
and
try, you
okay.
can finesse it, and they have these little tools where you can like
Puncture
like
it maybe.
harpoon it out, but like it's like a whole annoyance in that. And by the time if you do, it's like the thing you kind of ruined it anyway. So
Yeah, I could see that.
and then you just feel bad throwing away like a pretty much fresh cigar, especially if it's a Cuban and just like it's just rolled too tight and you won't have an enjoyable. You'll spend the whole time like really trying to draw from it, and you're just like, that's not how you're supposed to have a cigar experience.
Never been a cigar guy. What's the allure of the cigar?
I
What
love
is it?
the
Taste or the richness
the taste,
of it? Or
the flavor, the smell, the ambiance, the contemplative state you're in. You know, you're sitting back and you're just
mellow.
It's like after a great skate day, or say if I get a clip I'm really happy about, almost always I'll have one that night. Or I like to sit back and just visualize, just dream about things I want to do. It puts me in a very almost meditative kind of state.
Okay,
That's
that may be
awesome.
the nicotine, but yeah. No, I'd love to smoke a cigar with you one day, bro. Let's make it happen.
Well, Chris, I can tell this is one of those statements that we kind of all say that we know is never going to happen. That we all like, hey, we should get together sometime. Like, oh yeah, we will. Okay.
I
good.
would
Thank you
love
for saying
to smoke. Paul, you're telling me, okay, well, that's fine. I would love to, though.
You're quite welcome. We have a smoke squad. Myself, Mikey Taylor, Brian Atlas, Drama, and Malto get together, and we have we sit back and we talk, we smoke.
I feel like I'd be intruding in the tight crew that you guys have, though. I feel like I'd be like the.
They're just chiefing.
I want to smoke a cigar. I want the Cuban with the thing. I want it not tight. I don't want the tight one. I just want.
You don't want to tightly roll them.
Yeah, I want
the whole experience. And you taste the flavor, and then you just. Great experience.
I love that. Anything that makes you happy or just kind of relaxes you or mellows you out. People need that. You need to decompress is what I call it.
It's huge part of health, mental health, physical health. It's just like this world's such a go vibe every time. I mean, I don't know, but I can't speak for everyone, but for myself, I need some like cutoff time. I can totally cut off.
Huh?
Like the quarantine, I was chilling on the quarantine. The first month, especially, like I there was a couple days there where I realized, like, I don't think I've said a word for like 2 days straight, or like out loud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I like literally thought about, like, have I made a noise today?
That's funny.
Yeah.
It's stuff you don't even think about on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, one of these days, man, I'll get together. We'll smoke a cigar, bro. I think it'll be fun.
All right.
I'm not a cigar guy. I think it'd be fun.
You know, it would really be cool, but I don't know that it would be allowed. But it's like next time I was able to be there in person, I have a cigar and
well, that's up to Raj.
We have a nice smoky.
I mean, he's burnt
smoky ambiance.
We can do it.
Yeah, he's burnt pizzas on here in the house, man. It smelled for like 6 days straight.
Yeah, just throwing it out there, man. The next time I get to come in person, I'll bring you one, Chris, if you want to try it out.
That's
Raj,
cool.
too, if you want to try it out, Kelly.
I'm down.
All right.
Yeah, let's do that.
I love introducing people to a nice cigar. So
I would love. Listen, when all this when we start having guests back in here, you come back for another stop and chat. We'll sit down. Couple cigars. We'll open the window over there. We'll have a little fan.
We'll open the doors, the windows,
so we don't hotbox it. I think it'd be cool.
But,
and bring some Ashland seltzers or the hard seltzers.
I'll bring some Ashland.
Yeah.
I'll bring some Comisario tequila.
Okay. What other sponsors do you got?
I might even wear a nice little I don't know, button up shirt. Really, we'll make it a real classy event.
Wow. Maybe we should all get dressed up.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should wear suits and shit. That would be tough, bro.
That would be sick.
Oh my God. Smoking
I'll
cigars
do it.
with
Don't
P
threaten me with
Rod
a
on
good
that.
time. I'll show up with a suit.
How many suits you on?
I don't even own a suit.
I actually only own like one proper suit, but I'm about to get hooked up with a couple.
Damn. Okay.
It'll be a perfect plug to do it then.
Okay.
When I come in, it'll be the perfect plug.
Well, listen, man, we'd love to have you back, man. When all this stuff's over, come back anytime, dude. We'd love to do
Well, thank you.
Love to stop and chat with Paul Rodriguez anytime.
Yeah. The smoking chat.
Smoking chat.
Smoking chat.
It's a whole new show,
That's
man.
a whole new show.
Remember when Kramer started smoking and he smoked so much in 24 hours, his whole face started withering and he got brown teeth?
I loved it. I love it.
Don't look at
Kramer.
me. I'm hideous.
I'm hideous, Jared.
I'm hideous.
Yes,
it's a great show.
I love it.
You and I are the only
time.
ones that Raj and Kelly have no idea what we're talking
I've
about.
seen
These
a lot
guys,
of Seinfeld.
I don't know what these guys are over there. What is Raj and Kelly watching, man? I mean, what are you guys watching?
videos.
Friends?
I ain't watching Friends. Raj is only watching skate videos at all times. I
noticed that filmers do that.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Just enjoy it.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. I can barely watch skate videos at all anymore.
Right.
I always end up just going back and watching the classics, the OG, the ones I grew up on.
Yeah.
But those are the ones that get you hyped. Those are the ones that, not to say that it's kids now. I mean, everybody's, there's great skating
I'll
out
see
there.
it, but like I don't absorb them the way I used to. Like I'll see videos.
Do you ever watch
I'll go over to Mike's house and he just has video parts playing all damn day. All day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm like, Mike, you're watching like
Spanish.
you're just watching skate videos all day. Yeah, Spanish, all day long.
You ever go back and watch your old video parts?
He's a filmer, yeah.
Not on purpose. Every time I go to Mike's, he pulls up one of my parts. Hey, Paul, remember this day? What were you doing there? What was going on in this
Yeah, he
one?
probably has a million questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, he starts grilling me about it. I'm like, I don't know, Mike. We were just skating. Like, yeah.
Ask Keith.
Yeah.
That's
Who
so
filmed that
funny.
one? Ah, shit, I don't remember, Mike. Maybe Dario, maybe Heath,
Right,
maybe
right.
Scuba. I don't know.
Listen, Paul
Yeah.
Rodriguez.
Guys,
Dude,
always a pleasure.
always. Thank you so much for stopping by, dude.
Hey, the pleasure's
Via the
all mine.
internet.
Thanks for allowing me to just, kick it in bed here. Stop and chat.
I love that he's been in bed the whole time. It's amazing.
Yeah. In
Are
bed
the
the
kids
whole
still in the
time.
pool?
Yeah, they're still there. I have the window open. I can hear them perfectly fine. But I can
Wow,
hear them.
late night for him, huh? Oh, they say it's a sleepover
Dude,
and
it's
all that.
summertime quarantine.
Yeah.
Like she's been pulling all nighters. Like that's
Crazy.
Heaven's like whole like fascination. This whole quarantine is pulling all nighters. I'll wake up at like 8. She'll be wide awake. Hey, Daddy, I already had breakfast at 5 a.m. And then at 3 a.m. I did this. At 2 a.m. I'm like, oh my god!
Imagine
Like, all right. And then-
imagine having that much energy
Oh,
right
it's
now.
Yeah.
That would be.
And then come noon, she's out
oh,
until 8 at night. Yeah.
she's on a whole
She's on
different.
a full reverse schedule.
Yeah, she's fully knocked.
Paul, how are you going to get that back to normal? This is a disaster.
We'll see if normal ever comes back.
Okay, this is true.
Dave, so
know
when
what
you're
I mean? Like,
asleep,
who knows?
she's just
Who
doing
knows?
stuff around the house.
I know.
Night watch guard.
She just
Yeah, what is she doing?
she makes a schedule. She makes a schedule for like at 1 o'clock, I'm going to organize my room. At 2 o'clock, I'm going to do my hair. At 3 o'clock,
Oh my
I'm going to do
God.
my skin routine. At 4 o'clock, whatever.
Wow.
At 5 a.m., it's always her pre-breakfast.
Pre-breakfast.
What is
She has
that? It can-
pre-breakfast at 5.
What is-
I don't know what that consists
okay,
of.
you're not awake at that time to even know what
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah, so, I remember I used to like that, trying to stay up all night, but
Yeah.
now we're in a pandemic, so it's just like, I mean, we're pretty much coming out of, I hope to God we're coming out of it, and like things are starting to open up, but like for the most part there for a while, it's like time didn't even exist. What did it even matter?
Yeah.
It was
What
very,
time you woke up or went to bed?
It was very strange.
That was very weird.
Very strange feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially being a kid too, and they're locked down as well, and they don't.
Oh
have,
yeah,
it's,
stir crazy.
it's kind of like you got to kind of like bend the rules a little bit, let them to kind of do it. Keep their
She's having
sanity.
fun.
Keep their sanity going.
Yeah, she's having fun.
Yeah.
And like we would let her friend come over to stay the night. Like she would just her and 2 other friends, they would just stay on FaceTime 24/7.
Right?
Nonstop. They would fall asleep together, like the phone's
wow.
still on FaceTime. They would wake up, like, hey, are you up? Oh, hey. And then they would just like be with each other all day on the phone. She'd be walking around the house on FaceTime with her friends on FaceTime.
Wow. I hope
Like,
you have unlimited
this is-
data.
Her mom's paying for that one. So.
Nice.
Paul, man, thank you, dude. You're the man, dude.
thanks a
well,
lot, Paul.
dude,
Yeah.
seriously, thoroughly
You guys are the
enjoy
men.
hanging out with you, bro.
It's a good time. I like hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
Dude, always a pleasure,
I
man.
hope to see you guys again soon. I'm looking forward to this cigar session, man. We
Dude,
got
I'm
the
fully
smoking
down, bro.
chat. Let's do the smoking
We got to
chat,
do
man.
it, bro.
That would be hilarious.
So if you guys are up, man, I'd love to have a smoking chat.
We'll do
Come
it.
spiffy in a nice little suit or something.
Oh
and,
man, could you imagine that cover page, Raj?
Yep,
Just
it
a
would.
Just
cigar
because, right?
with the smoke and everything. Oh,
Yeah.
bro, I can see it now, dude.
Just because, right? Why not?